This always clouds my mind. When I look behind, it's moving closer every time. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. Darkness, my old friend, you get me in at the end. At the end. Can you feel it wrapped around your soul with no control? You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. Darkness, my old friend, you get me in the end.
What's going on, folks? What's going on? We drew, but it feels like a loss. We drew, but it feels like a loss. Can you guys hear me all right? Can you guys hear me all right? I've pinned the link to the top of the chat. I'm feeling in a down mood, so I threw on the Ray-Bans. No, I'm just playing around. Just playing around, folks, playing around. We got a bunch of folks in here in the chat already. Thank you very much for coming over to us from the Irish Hotspur post-match show. I appreciate that a bunch. Mr. K saying, come on, you Spurs, Harris Army. We have got Arias Fars. Yeah, you're going to have to help me with that one. The sacking news seems to be imminent. I can just feel it. We got well done from Emily Dunn. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. It is a long stint for me. I've been streaming since 1 o'clock. You can hear it in my voice. 1 o'clock p.m. my time. Dietrich Kane saying, get in, Will. Brian C. Big up, Will. Excellent job on the watch along on Maddie Hayes' channel earlier. So throwing a bit of late night support for the THFC rant here in Ireland. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We've got Shashant in the house. White Hart Lane TV with Internesh. Yo Will. Jason Groves. Hey all. 92 Flamethrower coming in with who would you want as the new manager? We'll get into a lot of the topics later on. Adrian, I appreciate it. Scott Parker, Jason Greaves. Is he on mute? Am I on mute? Can you hear me? Says audio's good. I'm on mute. You guys are confusing me. Am I muted or am I good? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if I am muted. I shouldn't be muted. I can hear myself. It says audio's good. All good. All right. Did it sound muted at first? All right. Anyways, Everton 2-2. We could have had this match. But we didn't. Everybody's saying loud and clear, yes. Hey, Dave. What's going on? But yeah, man, this was. I'm talked out, so I'm gonna need your guys' help. Go ahead and click that link that is pinned to the top of the chat. Get on here. Have your say. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in Mr. K. He's staying up late for us. And we'll bring in Dan in at the same. Get on here. Have your say.
Well, I can hear it in your voice, man.
Okay. Dan, you've got an echo, my friend. I brought you on too quickly, I think.
All good now, I think.
Good now. You are great now. So what are your guys' thoughts? I've heard a bunch of people's different thoughts today, but I haven't heard from Mr. K or Dan N other than in the chat. Thanks for following us along in the chat.
I tell you the truth, it's like I think the dream of top four went the game before.
I agree with that.
And basically, it's just about holding position, and concentrating all these marbles into the cup.
Yeah, for me, today was just about form for next Sunday. Top four was already done, but what an embarrassing performance. I mean,
don't you guys think that we have a shot at getting into the top? You know, at least getting into Europa League space.
Yeah, I think we could get sixth. I think we could secure. I mean,
I'm not too sure. I mean, the teams ahead, like, I mean, do we really like? Okay, why is Jose playing the teams that he has been playing? Look, Toby just appeared today, right? He played reasonably quite good. I saw him do quite a few things.
Toby looked very good today, very sharp.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe there was a health element, but at the end of the day, we don't know what's behind the scenes, but we're really glad he came out. And if he's come out today, then he's going to come out again. And, we couldn't have wished for anything better than having him for the last few games of the season. So I'm kind of happy with that. Am I happy with the overall performance? No, basically it was Kane 2 and Everton 2. That was the main thing. But has Jose lost the dressing room? No, I don't think so. From the performance I saw, it wasn't great, but they definitely played.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just too many mistakes. It's just Eric Dyer not being able to be aware of anything that happens behind his head. It's unbelievable.
I'm smacking my head against the wall right here, and I'm wondering, why does Jose do this to us right here by playing Dyer? And then he played him at left back as well. I mean, fair enough, regular, in a penalty, but
I actually really like the 3 at the 5 at the back, 3 at the back, whatever you want to call it. I think that's a good formation for how Jose likes to play, but we don't have the people to carry it out. And then, I mean, the substitutions and the way he changed so he brings on Lucas and Lamela starting at winger or starting at 10 and winger respectively, right? And Lucas looks lively in the 10 as he usually does. And then for no reason at all, maybe because Dyer looked horrible at left back, but for no reason at all, moves Lucas to left wing back and Lamela to the 10. And Will, I don't have to explain to you what happens when we play Lamela step forward and give him the ball. I mean, we all saw it. But I'll tell you what, Lucas would have completed that pass to Son 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, he would have completed it. So at one point in the game, I literally asked, where is Lucas? Because I can't see him on the camera anywhere, and he's playing left wing back. It's insane. Play Lamella there, play Lucas in the 10. I can't abide by any of the calls Jose made. I mean, some of them, obviously we all wanted to see Toby, but other than that,
I was going to say, any of you guys in the chat, if do you think that Jose is playing to win, or is he just playing the players?
Today for me again was there's an echo there, but for me today it was just trying to get from cup, see what worked. Can we play back effectively? Can Sissoko come in and he shut down teams attacking, which we can't obviously. But yeah, he didn't care about how it was done. He's trying to find his way for the cut.
Jose doesn't seem to have the right players to play the way you want to play, though. In my humble opinion. He just doesn't. Any thoughts on that, guys?
Is Echo still there, or is it gone now?
No, it's gone now. It's gone.
Yeah, I'm having issues with my thing.
Weird.
I thought it was my system. Then
Hi, guys.
I muted myself. Sorry, could you ask the question again?
It seems to be we flip-flop managers from an offensive manager to a defensive manager. Jose just doesn't have the players he wants or needs to play the system he wants to play. So how much of it is on him and how much of it is on the players? Because it was obvious today that the players were not capable of playing the way Jose wanted them to, even if he set them up the right way today, which I really don't think he did. It didn't seem to be so.
I agree with you, Alex. 100%.
Yeah, we've got Bob Spur TV in the house for the first time on the late night show.
I've just finished off at Dave's. I've just had a bowl of crunchy nut cornflakes. Other cereals are available in stores, of course. I just thought I'd come on here and see what you guys are up for a couple of minutes before I head up to the lovely wife. Wonder where I am. Or probably not, actually. I was going to say something there, but no. Yeah. It's
She might be watching.
Cody knows what I was going to say. But no, it's in my opinion, and guys like Mr. K and you guys obviously will know how I feel about opinions. We need to look past the fact that Jose is constantly getting away with it purely and simply because our board are shit, in my opinion. And
I'm gonna have to agree with Bob Spur TV as well now.
Oh, there we go. I like him.
But didn't Cody make a really good statement about it earlier? He goes, "The players ain't playing for the badge. The board ain't."
I'm not feeling good regarding Mourinho now.
Yeah.
No, I think it's.
He's basically not performed. He's failed at the majority of the important levels, i.e., substitutions, tactical decisions, and
he has been changing the formation every time in every game.
Yeah,
every game he has changed the formation.
There's Jose supporters who understandably, if they like Jose, if you like a man, stand by him, but then justify it. And there's a lot of people justifying it by standing behind the point that we have got a shit board, which we do have. But you can't justify some of the decisions he's made. You can't justify his man management, and you can't justify the fact that he's been there 18 months and not progressed the team, regardless of players.
Exactly.
We don't have an identity. We don't have a starting 11. We don't know what's formations coming from one game to another, and that's down to Jose, not the board. So he's not done his bit. The board are messed up. The players are average, but he needs to go because he hasn't performed.
We've got We've got owners that do not own for the badge. We've got managers that don't manage for the badge.
mate.
We've got players that do not play for the badge. The only fucking respect that the badge is getting right now is from the supporters. And that is completely abhorrent at a football club. And the results are being personified on the pitch. That's exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing the state of this club in the way that we play.
But
And there's blame. There's plenty of blame to go around. There's problems
100%.
everywhere. We are a dumpster fire that is riddled with tumors.
All we can do
There's
is
plenty of blame to go around the whole.
Top to bottom surgery.
Go on,
And
mate. Sorry,
operation.
buddy.
Our club needs top to bottom surgery, to be honest. Top to bottom surgery. Nothing's
Yeah, we're
gonna
just a
change.
club full of selfish people. Our owner's
Exactly.
selfish. Our board's
Is-
selfish. Our manager's selfish. Our players, besides Kane and Son and Dombele and Toby and Højbjerg, are selfish.
Yep.
They play for themselves. They don't play for the badge. How can you
I got
expect
to-
results?
I got to trust with Marcelo in one thing. He changes the starting 11 every game, every match. I don't know why. What's the problem regarding
Too many
this?
lights. Yeah, no, I totally agree. But all I can justify it, everyone's doing a poor job within the club, like Cody mentioned. The players are average, the board are average, and Jose unfortunately has done an average job. And all you can do is break it down one by one and look at each person's performance. Levy have been shit for 20 years. The players have been average since they've been average, apart from our world-class players. But Jose, in my eyes, and this is my opinion, he has done nothing, and I mean that, zero. He's not improved anything since he's come into the club. And
He hasn't improved the team one iota since he's been at the club.
No,
He's
if you're
been
going to talk to
18
me about, if you're going to talk to me
He
about,
has improved
Kane,
someone
Kane-
individually, to be honest, but he hasn't improved as a
You know
as
what?
a team.
The only thing I'll push back on there is I
Go on,
think
mate.
maybe Levy wouldn't have opened the purse strings as much this summer. Not that, we really spent a ton of money, but spent 70 million. That's a lot for Tottenham. I don't know if he would have
Maybe-
done that if we didn't get Jose in. I think he would have been fine bringing in Højbjerg and calling it a day, and maybe Vinicius and calling it a day.
No, Levy played a game here, I think, to be honest. Levy played a game here. He's expecting to spend 60 million and he's expecting to get to the top 2 or a top 3. And what we can't expect every time like that. We got to spend, we got to invest in a proper way. Our team is already gone. Our team is already finished. We need a massive rebuild. Pochettino was crying for a rebuild. And is the Mourinho right person? I don't think so at the moment. I don't think so.
I have a thing, like some teams don't invest but still succeed. Like they still play youth and everything. Like I honestly believe like we can try playing the youth. If Jose doesn't really like the players, like you just need to tell him like fuck off, don't ever play for the badge. That's just
He's
my
not gonna
opinion.
do that. He's not gonna do that.
It's not his style, is it, mate? It's not his style.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
like
thing,
he's asking,
unfortunately.
but he's asking for his job. If he continues this way,
He don't give a shit.
He does not care
like
about
Cody
the job.
says. Yeah, exactly.
Guys,
Cody-
what's the biggest
He doesn't
problem
care
Spurs
about
have had?
Tottenham, he just cares about himself.
He's selfish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He cares
Guys,
about his
what's the
prestige.
biggest problem Spurs have had for the last 10 years with their squad?
Yeah.
The inner guts goes to cheese under pressure, cup finals, and everything. Who's the best manager in the world to bring in to sort out your core mentality?
Hello,
Well,
Abdul.
No, it makes
Jose's
sense.
not proved it though, has he?
The
buddy?
fire made
He's
sense.
not proved it. He hasn't done anything.
He
There's
hasn't
no
improved the
direction.
team at all
He's-
But
in
there's
18
nothing-
months.
There's nothing that Jose's done in 18 months for me to say, you know what, he's the right man for this job.
but you
He's
can.
shown us how shit our squad is. Simple. He's
Oh,
shown it
yeah.
to
I'm gonna
everybody.
have to agree with
I
Bob
can
Spitz.
show you how shut
He's
up.
shown it to Levy, he's shown it to Sky Sports. He's shown it to the press
I agree
conferences.
with Bob Spitz
He goes,
now.
listen, I can't tell you, I can't speak it, but you guys know.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. Now everybody
Yeah,
knows.
yeah.
You know, I
Everyone
know,
knows.
Will knows. Everybody here knows. We all know our squad is pathetic because we can see it. And he's
We need
rotated the
Jose
squad
to tell us that,
so he
though.
can show every
But I-
player that is shit and everyone that's not.
Mr.
I'd argue till the
No.
till the moon come down if you're telling me that West Ham's squad players are better than ours. 'Cause I totally disagree with
Exactly.
that.
Mr. K,
Exactly.
I don't.
They're not.
Hold on. Where's West Ham? Are they in the top
They,
four?
they are,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
they are in the top.
That
four,
means
man.
they didn't just beat our team, or they didn't just beat. They beat a
Yeah.
lot of other teams. So
Exactly,
their squad, the table doesn't lie. Right? That's the oldest saying in the Premier League.
No,
the table
you're
doesn't
right.
lie. They
You're right.
deserve to be where they are.
Mr. K, I don't agree with you. Like you're saying, our squad is shit. I know it's shit, but you can still do something. Like I know we're compared to other top 6 teams. Like we're shit. I agree with you, but you can still.
No, I don't mean that. I don't mean as a club we're shit. What I'm saying is,
no, I mean like
the squad didn't get invested for a year and a half.
Yeah, I agree.
The squad didn't get invested for a year and a half. We missed that window of opportunity.
Mr. K, 9 players though, mate. 9 players.
Like, that's the excuse for Jose Mourinho, Mr. K, I think.
I'm not arguing about Jose in or out. I'm just saying.
Mr.
K,
if you do start 11, if you just
so he's got a point then. He's got a point.
I agree with Bob TV now.
If you do start 11,
I'm not talking about the manager. Jose, he's been playing he's not playing to win, bro. For God's sake, you can see that blatantly. You don't play Dyer left back.
He's not playing to win.
You know, it's that simple. So what I'm saying to you is, look, think about our board. If we bring any manager in, who's going to change our board? Nobody can. This guy is the master technician.
They are not going to go anywhere.
Board interference.
I agree. I agree.
It's just not the job of the manager, though. He's doing it. He's exposing how bad we are. He's forcing Levy to spend, but like that's not his job.
No, but like I agree.
Maybe he's not going to spend even a penny, man.
Like I agree with you guys. Like Levy's he's not doing his job. I agree with you. But like the board's vision is like develop like young players with talent. They'll sell them.
I refuse to believe that there's no.
We need a manager in who's going to work with young talent.
Yeah,
exactly.
We need a manager who's going to work with our younger players.
I'm not going to accept that someone can't come in different to Jose, not play 5 at the back tonight, not play at the back foot against the likes of Fulham, Wolves, and other teams, lower teams, and hang on to a 1-0 win. I refuse to say Jose is the best we can get to come in and work in this squad and make it as good as they are. I totally refuse that. I reckon there is someone out there who can do a much better.
You're totally right. Absolutely.
I think there's about a dozen people who could do better, not just someone, you know? Yeah. There's a lot of people out there who could get more out of this team, for sure. 100%. I saw the form table right now from week 20 until today. We're an 18th. We're a relegation team from week 20, match week 20 on. We're a relegation team. This isn't a relegation squad. We might not be a top 5 or 6 squad, but we're not a relegation squad.
I'm just listening, mate. I'm just listening.
Is this normal? Is this normal then? Having
well, like
15,
if he played,
23 people on.
Yeah, man. That's how we roll.
Nice.
This is the first time we've had 10 on. We've had the first time we've had 10 on. But also, too, let's try to not talk on top of each other because you think because we can't. Literally, no one can hear you when you're talking on top of each other.
Yeah, I can't hear nothing. I'm just.
It just sounds like a. Right, we gotta try to wait for the gaps and then dive in. Right.
Yeah, it goes.
Wait for the gap, dive in. Wait for the gap, dive in. But also the other rule in the chat is that.
No swearing.
Well, no, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Right, you got to have the man smell, and you got to jump in. You got to jump in when you have something to say. But don't jump in on top of each other because then we can't hear. So you got to try to rock in order.
Will, you still feeling nervous?
Everyone's pissed off, Will. Everyone is disturbed.
Yeah, well, no, that's cool. But what I'm saying is we can't hear you, right? So we gotta try to, if you have your cam on, like raise your hand, and then I'll throw a beep in there, and we'll try to stop the conversation.
Ask a question. Shall I ask a question to everyone?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go on,
one by one. Give me 2 things Jose has improved on at Tottenham Hotspur since coming there. Just 2 things. Just 2 things. And don't say Harry Kane because that's unfair. If you play him centre back, he'd be the best centre back in the country. That's how good he is. So Son and Kane don't count because they're world class players. You can't better a world class player. So 2 things that Jose has improved on in his 18 months since coming in, regardless of the board, regardless of something that he's done. Just
I've only got
Let me
one.
Now,
I've only
let
got
me ask
one.
the question too. How is my volume now? Right. So I have to get this settled out.
We
Still,
can hear you.
still
Turn it
a
down.
touch more.
Perfect.
It's still too high a little bit. We're getting like
What about right now?
that's good.
Yeah,
Right
it's a
there?
bit more bass.
Yeah.
Compared to
Probably
other
a bit more
That's
bass.
good.
I don't want to be in so low that when I come in, people can't hear me. Because like
That's perfect.
in Dave's
Yeah,
stream,
that's perfect.
it was like I was saying, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?" People were just talking and they couldn't hear me. So it's like only on silence. But if we're
Mr.
good
K,
now,
just on
we're
the
good
side
now.
point before you answer it, Mr. K, thanks for all your support, matey. You know what I mean with regards to messages and stuff. So I appreciate that. I still disagree with you.
Of course. That's what we love about being fans for
That's
Spurs
it,
is
mate.
that we can look at the glory side of it and
That's it.
dream about our club.
That's it.
Okay, well, two things. One is
Yeah.
he gave us hope at the beginning. Right? And secondly, he really showed us winks. He really showed us winks.
Yeah.
It's the hope that kills you, though, right?
Look, man. We're
All right,
clutching at straws,
I got
aren't we?
one. I got one, and it's,
Go on, Dan.
he
Go
made
on, Dan.
Tanguy better.
Yeah.
Whether it's his fitness or just understanding how to play in the Premier League, he did really up his game. And that's all I got, though.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
Like he
Oh, sorry.
took,
Well, I'm doing your job now. Go
yeah.
Oh, everybody.
Like one good thing that Mourinho did, in my opinion, he took every cup seriously. That's one thing that I'm happy.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point, to be honest.
That's the only thing, honestly.
Mm.
Look,
Yeah.
You can name like 10 bad things.
Two
Go
things
on,
that
mate.
Jose's done. Okay,
Go on.
number one, he's pulled off the mask. Okay, so
Yeah.
we are seeing how shit we are. Really. You know, and that's in the long run. It may be proven that will be beneficial for the future of Tottenham Hotspur. Whether we end up sticking with Jose or not is another question. But we are definitely being shown that the problems in this club are real, they're widespread, and they are deep. And then the second thing that Jose has improved is he has improved the sale of Pinot Grigio at my local LCBO.
Wicked.
Because I can't fucking watch this team anymore without drinking wine.
Yeah, I had to get a straight, full size case of the Stella Artois for this weekend. I knew it was coming. So
I don't even drink. I miss a drink.
Well,
on,
I
mate,
predicted it was a 2-2 score, yeah? I predicted 2-2.
good job.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Two things that Jose has brought in then to the club, mates. This has been a
Good things or bad things?
any two good things. How has he improved Tottenham in the 2 years?
I can only name you one, to be honest.
One.
But bad things, I have a lot of bad things, but good things.
Bad things as you get.
So,
All right, you, Abdul.
I'll say in terms of one of the good things is Sergio Reguilon said that Jose Mourinho was a big pulling power in him deciding to join Tottenham. So from that, you can't say him bringing Sergio Reguilon was a lot of that has to do with Mourinho. Same way how Ndombele decided to come join Tottenham because of Pochettino. So maybe on the field you can't really see the huge advantage or whatever good he brings, but the pulling power is still there. There's some players that, like Milan Skriniar said, that he does admire Jose Mourinho. So, would he have that same admire for Tottenham if we had like a Scott Parker or a Graham Potter? Maybe not, but him bringing in Reguilon was a lot of that has to do with Mourinho. So
right. So what we do is we bring in all these players under the guise that we're going to have Jose, and once we have them under contract, we bin Jose off.
Yes.
We hire somebody that can actually manage a squad, and then we'll be good to go, right?
No.
But can I just
listen for anybody that's going to say that Jose has brought Kane and Son to a new level? I totally disagree with that.
Too right.
Because
Too right.
Honestly, Kane and Son, it's nice. It's definitely nice that they are racking up all these stats. But the reality is, the biggest reason that they are racking up goals and assists is because we rely on them more than we ever have before, right? Kane and Son, 1-2, and then the next tier down in terms of goal contributions is absolutely abhorrent. It's unacceptable. When you look,
hey, Shasant, you got to keep that on mute. There's like a hum. It's not a bad one. Like if you're not talking, keep yourself muted. That way, yeah. See, there's a lot of like, I guess you could say ground floor noise or fan noise or something. It's not overly bearing. So like if you have something to say, you can come on and say it. It's not blowing our earballs out. But if you're not talking, make sure to keep it muted up. Go ahead, Cody. Sorry.
No, that's it. You know, like anybody that thinks that, and I'll admit that I've bought into this narrative that Jose has elevated Heung-min Son and Harry Kane. But to me, it's very clear now that really the only reason that they seem that way is because we're just absolutely dependent upon them on a level that we never have been before, right? And it's shown. It's been shown when we've missed Son. And not just when he's been missing from the team, but when he's been bad. And the same with Kane. We just can't function. Like we didn't even function today as a squad. We were gifted 2 goals by Michael Keane. And if without that, the 3 points go to Everton. They really do. You know? So yeah, Mourinho has not taken Kane and Son to a new level. We're just more reliant on them than we ever have been, and it's not a recipe for success. Not a recipe for success.
Cody,
can I ask Mr. K something? Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh, I just want to add something.
No, it's not.
What you said. Like you said, like he didn't make them better, which I agree with you. But my only issue with Jose and with Kane and Son is that he made Tottenham dependent on those two. Like if they're not here, like we're not gonna score goals, and in my opinion, that's the problem. That's just my personal
never
opinion.
a great team when they were both out anyway.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Cody. Though it's not like Jose's teaching Kane how to pass a long ball, right? He's just saying you have to play the number 10 now because we don't have Christian Eriksen anymore, right? So now we get to see how great Kane is. He's not making him better. He's forcing him to be better.
It's out of necessity more than anything else.
Yeah.
It's out of necessity.
Guys, I disagree with you on this one. Because if you think about it, what's been our biggest problem in terms of points tally? We've been losing points for winning positions. So the problem isn't so much, we've like relied upon these 2 guys. It's been more of a case of we can't rely upon the rest of the team not conceding a goal by making stupid mistakes, by being out of position, like I saw in this match.
Yes, Mr. K. The context of the question was, what has Jose done to make us better, right? Yeah. And I just think that the idea that Jose has made Kane and Son better is just a false image, an absolute false image.
False. Yeah. I agree with you 100%. I'm just saying that
100%.
It's behind them. It's not so much the lack of creativity for the rest of the squad to score a goal. It's more of the lack of balls to keep the lead.
Yeah.
Honestly, why is it we have to win 5-0 or something in order for us to win something?
No, I don't think we do. And certainly earlier on in the season, you know, the likes of Brighton and Fulham later on, we were winning 1-0, and we're quite happy with that. You know, even against Arsenal and Man City, we were winning 2-0 on a counter-attack, attacking formation and an attacking intent. But for me, there's been so much. You know, we can think about the Man City game and the Arsenal games, and we can see a vision how we played and what kind of system we played. Then he got caught out. The younger managers in the Premier League got the better of him, i.e. the Potters, i.e. the Lampards, i.e. the Arteta. Well, not the Artetas, but the Peps who have been there for a while. Yeah, okay, the likes of Klopp have beaten them twice, and you know, Moyes and etc. But he has been outdone by the younger generation in the Premier League. Now, yes, he's been caught out, but he's got 26 trophies on the CV. You know your quality of players. 18 months in, you know your quality of your players. Work a system that makes you a better team. You know, regardless, there are many. One thing that Pep, I'll just say this quickly, Will, then I'll leave it for a bit. Pep came in, and his first season was absolutely awful. He wasn't backed in the first season. He came in and worked with the squad. He made them better, but what he did by the end of that year is have an identity. You could go to the board and say, this is my way of playing, and because of this way of playing, I need 2 fullbacks that would fit into my system. Klopp first came in. We beat them 4-1. They were in disarray. But already you could see the way Klopp's team was going to play. And that gave him the clout to go to the board and say, this is the way my team plays. And in that system, I need a new defender and a new goalkeeper. We don't have any form of identity. Hence the reason we could not guess what kind of team we were going to play today. Hence the reason we had a 5-3-2-6-9-4, whatever system we had today. It's 18 months in, mate. That isn't good enough. That is not good enough. Jose can hide behind the players, average players, etc., over and over again, and point the finger to the board, which I'll admit he's never done. But we, as Jose supporters, have done numerous times. The board is shit. The players are average. He's done it. The fact he can sit there in a press conference and say, oh, I can't say anything, says everything. And in my eyes, Jose's taken my Tottenham away, and I want my Tottenham back. He's not the man to do it.
No, he's
but
not.
What are the good things, though? Let's talk about the good things that he's brought. Can you guys think of any?
No.
Really? You guys can't think of any? Really?
He's brought in more money to my local bar one, and they're watching the games. That's for damn sure.
He has not done anything. And I'm not exaggerating when I say he has done zero good things to my football club since he's been at the club. And in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with
you. And I'm not exaggerating. He's not done anything.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He's not done anything.
I think he's going to leave the club worse than he came in.
Yeah, 100%.
More divided for sure. I mean, it is. I was hoping he was a different man when he came. He's seemed, a little calmer or more composed or more humble, but it's starting to show again that the real divisions in the comments he's making, the lies about Toby, it's getting bad. It's getting.
We talk about morality.
Same coach, different players. That's not helping the locker room. That kind of comment. I mean, it's not going in the right direction.
But even I know our defense is not good and everything. He still insults our defense. But you can still play the same defenders that you believe in. Not every week we might see Toby. The other week we see Dyer, Roden, Tanganga. In my opinion, that's an issue.
He needs to be more consistent.
We need to
choosing his back.
we need to build chemistry. Center backs need chemistry. If you put Toby with anyone else for the rest of the season, trust me, we wouldn't concede so many goals at the end of the game. I promise you that.
But guys, where's our morality in our club? Where's the morality in believing in our club? Jose Mourinho sat in a press conference and blatantly lied about Toby missing a COVID test, hence the reason to play. And it was proven. There's no alleged about it. It was proven. Another thing, one of my players from my football team, who I absolutely love, Serge Aurier, left the stadium half time against Liverpool because he wasn't happy about being substituted. The guy probably drove home with the Tottenham cockerel, the Tottenham badge on his chest in his car, and walked out on his teammates. Where's the morality or the love of the badge there? And then like I say, Jose Mourinho sitting in a press conference saying, "No, I can't say what I really want to say about the players," and then you're expecting them to turn and perform for you. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
The love of the badge, in this century, it doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't. The players don't give a single crap about this club.
It does for West Ham right now.
Exactly.
But you see West Ham. But
it does for Fulham.
Yeah,
I see Fulham play. Fulham play for the love of the badge. They are fighting for their lives. They are fighting for their manager. That's why
they're probably playing for the manager, aren't they, mate? Let's be honest.
Yeah,
they're probably playing for the manager. No one's paying for this guy.
But the badge they're fighting for their wage because
the badge problem isn't just limited to the dressing room and the manager. The badge problem starts and ends at the very top of the ladder. And you saw what happened this week with that whole fucking diabolical embarrassment with Dulux Paint, where we are accepting money from a company that is literally on social media treating us as if the social is run by an Arsenal fan, and instead of doing what should have been done by a team that has any kind of backbone or spine or respect for that, and cutting ties with them immediately and saying it was a huge mistake, we completely regret this, but it would have been done under the bridge, gone, whatever. Instead, what do? we take a sheepdog face and put it on Matt Doherty's face.
That was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
And we make a joke of ourselves. So now not only have we been subjected to the laughter of every goddamn rival fan base and every other team in the Premier League, we are now a laughing stock from top to bottom within our own fucking company, within our own club. There is nobody, there is no level at our club beyond the fans that have respect for the badge. That is what has been made clear to me in the last 7 days, and it is absolutely fucking gutting.
But if you compare compare Man United, for example, like you can tell like anyone doesn't care about this badge, but they still play. So even the owners, they don't care. Like you can tell, like when Mourinho was there, he was even crying for the center back, and they didn't give him anything. So my personal issue, I feel like, is from the top, but even from the bottom. Like if you put the right manager, they will
we know that.
So that's just me.
Yeah.
No, the sponsorship thing though is so embarrassing. I mean, a North American franchise would never
wouldn't happen.
Cody, what's your hockey team? Are you Toronto Leafs, or is that your closest one?
Montreal Canadiens.
Okay, yeah. If one of the Canadians,
I see you, D-Trex. I see you.
If one of the Canadian sponsors came out and said these guys haven't won a cup since the 60s or whatever, it's whatever. Band gone.
Listen.
I can't even.
This is actually a comparable situation. This is actually because the Montreal Canadiens historically are one of the most successful franchises in professional hockey. Okay, we have more world titles than any other hockey team, but we haven't had a world championship in it's 28 years now. There's no Canadian team that has won the Stanley Cup since 1993, which is the last time that Montreal did. But I can tell you this right now. If that same shit happened with the Montreal Canadiens, it wouldn't even be a question what the response would have been. It would have been, you are gone.
Way
Fuck
too much
you.
pride in that
We are the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
Right? Look at this logo. Respect it or get the fuck out. And we just don't have that. We don't have that mentality anymore. And when we talk about a mentality in the dressing room, I'm sorry, but a mentality is something that
we don't even have the mentality.
The entire organization.
Yeah,
it does.
It's a joke.
It has to come from above. It does.
Cody, I 100% agree with you. But like, if you compare the Montreal Canadiens, if that happened with them, the fans will kill the Lux Paint. But my only issue with this Tottenham squad is that the fans don't scream enough. Like, they're too silent. If I was everyone at London, I swear I'll go in front of the stadium and I will start screaming everything that I've got. I will start screaming, even throwing rocks at the stadium and break the glass. I'm not even joking. This is unacceptable. Even Levy's...
You know what? It's a difficult comparison because hockey is not a global sport. Not like football is. You know, Tottenham Hotspur, you're talking about a fan base that has 180 million. What is it, Will? 180 million fans, and what, 3 million of them are actually English?
Yeah, that's 180 international, 180 million international fans, 3 million domestic fans.
Right. So 97% of all Tottenham fans are not English, right? Yeah. So as much as we want there to be that anger and for there to be that outburst, there's just it's difficult when you're such a global brand, you know, like out of sight, out of mind kind of thing.
That's my question too. Why do we have very few international sponsors, right? Why do you have very few? Like, who's ever heard of Klitsch or Clutch or whatever it is? Cinch. I mean, it's like a British.
What do you mean within the American market?
I mean like anywhere, right? Audi is like Audi, Hugo Boss, and the watch brand. What's the watch brand that we're sponsored by?
Tissot?
Cog. No.
Yeah, Cog. There's a watch brand that we're sponsored. Those are the only international brands.
Fly Emirates. Yeah, those are international. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, we need international brands.
Let me ask a question to the panel here. what are you guys going to think if in the cup final these players show up in a way that we haven't seen in 2 months now? What are you going to think?
I love it. I just want to win the cup.
I'll be thrilled if we show up for the cup final, but we won't.
I want to dream. 4-1.
I can't see it. I can't see it.
Everybody can agree that we want to win the cup. But to me, if these same players are going to drag their ass out and actually put an effort in, actually show some respect to the fans, to the supporters, which we didn't see today, right? We didn't see respect for the supporters today. We didn't say fight. We didn't see fight. We didn't see hatred of losing. We didn't see the cherishing of victory, right? All we saw jogging. Honestly, that's what we saw. And then after the game, we saw Lloris and Aurier and Digne buddying up. And I know that in the context, if you look at Lloris and Aurier and Digne having a laugh there after the game, in a vacuum, that is not a big deal. It really isn't. But in the context of where we are right now, to me, it is a clear message to the supporters that these players no longer give a flying fuck about us.
Yeah.
And they're playing like it.
Yeah. I think there was a when Leicester under the year after they won the league, they started the following season torrid, absolutely dreadful, and they were literally chucking Ranieri under the bus. Then he got sacked, and the first game back under Shakespeare was against Liverpool, and they beat him 2-1 or 3-1. Yeah, and they played out their skins, and it was one of the most disgusting feelings I ever had watching a team play like that after they played the previous, I think it was about 10 or 12 games. It was chalk and cheese, and they all looked like frauds to me. And unfortunately, like you say, Code, if we perform in the final, they pull it out of the bag, and we do beat, like Mr. K said, beat Man City 4-1, then it just says more
disgusting.
about...
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Now, I'm not saying that I don't want to win the cup, but I'm just saying that when we drink out of it, if these players show up, we are drinking out of a poison chalice. It is fucking disgusting what's going on right now, if that's what's happening.
Yeah, but if they win the cup, and then at summer they get sold, that's perfect.
So Sean wants to get a word in here. Go ahead, Sean.
No, go on, guys, go on.
Yeah, the whole thing is just.
You gotta mute your mic then. If you ain't speaking, you gotta mute it. There you go.
Did you guys?
Sorry, go. Who was talking? I interrupted. But yeah, I mean that.
I think Alan, was it?
Alex, go ahead. I wasn't talking. I don't.
Yeah, I just think it's absolutely deplorable the way we're playing. I can't see it getting any better during the summer. Even if we win the Carabao Cup, it's just going to paper over the cracks, which is just it's not good. It's oh my god! It starts at the very, very top and goes to the very, very bottom. Jose just doesn't know his best team. He doesn't know how to put it out. The ball doesn't know how to bring in a good player. It's just a cluster. It truly is.
They could beat Man City in the final. They could beat them 6-0 in the final, mate. It's too late for Jose. He's not giving me any confidence for me to think he's the right man to take the club forward. So no, not for me, matey. Not for me.
Bob, sir, I have a question.
No.
Sorry, someone had a question. Yeah.
But let's say if we win the Carabao Cup, the League Cup.
Yeah.
Do you think the board will say, okay, we're going to give you another season because you won us something more than Pochettino, like another managers combined?
If they're absolutely stupid imbecile with not a brain between them, then possibly yeah. So the answer is probably yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
But no, I hope that the fans' feelings, the way the majority of the people have their thoughts towards not only Jojo but the board as well. I did a 3-hour show just purely based on ENIC, and it wasn't long enough, and it was they can't be blind. The rumours are that the decision's already been made, and maybe today's formation probably reflected that, and Jose knows it. But no, I think he needs to be moved on. We need to bring someone with fresher ideas, younger ideas. A newer way of man management.
I think the decision has already has already been made. I would feel great if Mourinho does win the Carabao Cup, because at least we can fire him, and then that sentiment that he won us a trophy, so he's accomplished his goal. That he's accomplished his goal. But
with all due respect, mate, I'm not here to enhance Jose's CV or add another one. I don't care what he does. I don't care what he's done before coming here. He could have 26 on his CV or 260. I couldn't give two shits.
I'm not talking about
him.
All
I'm concerned about is what he
just
does
for his ego, so he can part with the club and say, "Look what I did! I won him a trophy. No one can win trophies at Spurs. I did it. Now I'm going to go coach
I don't want that.
Portugal for the
I mean, according to Stelios, he'd be the greatest manager Tottenham's ever had.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing as when he said that the greatest achievement of his managerial career was finishing second with Manchester United. If he wins a League Cup with us, that's exactly the same bullshit that he's going to feed us. And listen,
it's probably true, to be honest with you.
But imagine he does.
Given the competition, yes.
Imagine he
There's
goes.
not a hope in hell we are going to win that Carabao Cup.
We're going to get fucking raped.
Don't say that. I believe it. I believe it 100%. 4-1. I know we're going to spank them. Honestly, we're going to spank them. All of a sudden, our rainbow is going to hit a pot of gold. Honestly, it can't get any worse. I think they're going to stumble into a winning position. I don't think they're going to do it by design. I think VAR is going to come to our rescue 9 times out of 10, and it's going to be a talking point for the rest of the summer. Watch.
Unfortunately,
let's hope that pot of gold splashes everywhere on. So I was just going to say, let's hope that pot of gold falls over and splashes all over the cracks, because that's all it's going to do, mate. We could win it, and I don't mind winning it. I hope we win it. Of course I do. It's a trophy. But do not think for 1 minute that everything's suddenly rosy and Jose's become the best manager in the world, because he's still shit. In my eyes.
Listen, better men that loved by Spurs fans have tried and failed.
True.
I love Redknapp.
True.
I love Redknapp. Listen, what he did for our club cannot be understated. I know we all love Poch, but what Redknapp did, come on, he took us from zero to hero, bro.
Yeah.
So
I
think that's what we need.
We can't be blind, Mr. K. We can't be blind to the fact what's happened 18 months prior to the cup final. We can't be blind to it. Harry Redknapp built a mini dynasty. Poch built on that dynasty and enhanced it. And Jose's not done anything with it. So even if he wins, fantastic. He's done better than Poch and Redknapp. Of course he has. But that doesn't mean we bypass and overlook all these shittiness on the previous 18 months. It doesn't work like that, mate. Not in my eyes, anyway.
Look,
if he leaves, but let's say if Mourinho leaves, who's gonna come at Tottenham? Like honestly, who's gonna come? No one. No, I mean like big, let's say Sabitzer.
No one good. No one good's gonna come.
I mean, you're gonna have to overpay. That's
Allegri.
That's what happens.
But
You know
it's not gonna happen. So in my opinion, next season's gonna be.
And we'll go get like Emerson, and then we'll call it a day, and that'll be our summer. And then we'll bring in Skip, and we'll bring in Sessegnon, and
but it's not.
The paper over the backs, and we'll finish.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think in the summer, the board, there's every chance the board might come in, bring a new manager in and think, you know what, we've got no money to spend. I agree with you. There's every chance a manager might come in and he might be left with the same players and with hardly any money. I agree with that. I agree. But in my eyes, whoever that is will get more out of these players we've got. That's what I'm saying. The same manager with this lot, in my eyes, could get more out. If you're telling me that these players are not as good as West Ham players, I will tell you you're a liar. These players are better than West Ham. They've got a better team, of course. West Ham have a better team. They have a better way of playing, like Will earlier said. But we have better players. Fact. We have better players.
I think I can solve our problem. I think I can solve our problem.
Players for 11.
I think I can solve our problem. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start a GoFundMe. All right? We're going to raise a shit ton of money. And we're gonna send it to Paul Tierney, and we're gonna say, Paul Tierney, you're gonna show Kevin De Bruyne a red card in the first 15 minutes of the cup final, and then we will be a successful big club.
Is that what you're doing? Trying to look at the referee was? That's what you're looking around.
Yeah, we'll just get Dulux. We'll get Dulux Paint to deliver the money.
That's it, mate. Yeah,
the little dog to bring it over. You said there's 180 million Spurs fans, so if everyone donates $1, we could have a decent summer. We could have.
Oh man, everyone has their price. Paul Tierney has a price.
Well, I asked somebody if they wanted to start the GoFundMe, but nobody wanted to do it.
Let's do it. Let's get Sabotage with it. Guys, I'm gonna leave you. It's
Definitely.
4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning, guys. And
Go to bed,
it's been
Bob.
absolutely fantastic.
Go to
Finally,
bed,
Bob,
Bob.
put some.
All right,
I was going to say
take
put
care,
faces to
man.
the names.
Have a good evening.
Bye bye, Bob Spur.
Yeah, you too,
Bye,
guys. Yeah.
Bye, Bob.
Please,
Bye.
Bob Spur TV. Bob Spur TV. Pop over, subscribe, and like and do whatever.
Do all that stuff. Guys, definitely go out and check
Watch all
Bob's
the
channel.
videos.
He's got lots of good
I've already
videos.
subscribed.
Good
I've
content.
already subscribed him.
Oh,
I liked it as well.
And you can also catch.
So,
Is my audio like over?
Yeah.
Is it like maxing? Too high or
A
higher?
little bit. No, it was too high.
Lower. Right there.
Man smell right there.
Clipping. All right. It's hard to tell with this new thing. That's the worst part about this is I can't hear what's coming through to you guys.
You're a bit loud.
I can hear everything here, but I can't hear what's going out there.
Yeah.
And so I'm either like
Yeah,
super
it's-
quiet and people can't hear me, or I'm overbearingly loud.
Is
Because
it me?
You're a
Is it
bit
me or
loud.
you're loud? It's
still a
loud.
little bit loud.
Yeah.
How about now?
It's
Is that
loud.
better?
Yeah.
Loud,
It's a bit loud.
loud.
Little
loud,
less.
loud, little less.
Little less.
Perfect. Perfect.
Basically, just turn it down till we can't hear you anymore.
It's not a solo, Mr. K. Not a solo. But yeah, no. Guys, go check out Bob's channel. Throw him a subscribe. We got like 36 people watching now. But anyway, what did we think about player performances? We've talked a lot about Jose tonight and stuff like that. But there were some of the things that really stood out. Alex says, turn it up. All right. How's that?
Too loud.
You're fine. You're fine.
But yeah, but the problem is that if I talk, people won't be able to hear me. How about now?
Try
Is that
moving,
better?
the
Loud enough.
try moving the microphone like an inch away from your.
Well, actually, I just hit automatically adjust the volume, so it should just automatically do
That's
it.
perfect.
Is that perfect?
Exactly.
Is that good?
That's perfect.
It's good.
All right.
It's
Not
going
peaking or anything like that. The scratchiness may also be the fact that I'm losing my voice because I've been streaming. This is like my 7th or 8th hour streaming today. So, but yeah, no, there was a lot of performances that we've had today from players that have just been awful. And I know that everybody, it's easy to make Jose the scapegoat because of who he is. Midfield, defense, fullbacks.
Reguilon was terrible, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, honeymoon is over with Reguilon for sure.
He was shit.
Someone's got a puppy, Dan.
Exactly.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Like, it's
I
just get people make fun of me on the comments, but it's I don't think he's good enough for.
Can't hear you, my friend.
Huh?
D-Trex, you're breaking up, bud.
You got internet issues.
Yeah, like what I'm saying, Reguilon was not offering anything on the width. Like, obviously, that stupid tackle on James Rodriguez. Every single time he tried to control the ball, he lost the ball practically every single time. He's one of his worst games.
But
I thought Aurier was terrible.
Aurier
was terrible.
having
Sissoko was terrible.
The thing for me
Ndombele was
Reguilon-
terrible.
I think Højbjerg's passing was sloppy, man. There was a lot of time where his touch and just that
It'd
little
be a
pass
lot
was
easier
sloppy.
just to say who was good and then just assume that the rest were shit, right? Lloris was good, Kane was good, Son was good.
No, Son
I
was
think
good.
Rodon. I think Rodon was pretty
Ndombele
good.
was decent.
Ndombele, I
Man.
think Ndombele was bad.
Good.
No,
had a
Ndombele
bad
was
game.
bad. Ndombele was
Alderweireld
bad.
was good too. Alderweireld was good too.
For his standards, he
Good.
was bad, but for
Good.
the rest of the players, he was good. He was making things happen. He was moving.
Good.
I guess,
For,
yeah.
But
for,
Kane
for
was
me,
the
the thing with
standards are that
Reguilon,
low.
though, is he needs someone on the wing to link up with him because he's great when he's got an outlet there. so he doesn't have to be the guy on the left, right? He can just make the overlap runs and fire crosses in, but he can't do that when he's wing back and Son's just playing a pure number 9. So I think he suffered from that, but he obviously has been a bit out of form, but he's still a really good player for me. He's still a really good player. That penalty was, for me, that was on Aurier. He was nowhere to be found on that break. That was poor. That was really poor from Aurier.
Reguilon's penalty?
Yeah. The Sigurdsson carries the ball all the way down, and Aurier is our furthest forward player on that break.
Reguilon doesn't have to do anything there. He doesn't have to. That's not a great position. That James Rodriguez
is clumsy, but otherwise, if
the odds of James Rodriguez scoring a goal from that position are astronomical. Reguilon
no, he can put it away from there, man.
No, he doesn't
Rodriguez
have to
can
get a
slap
foul.
that.
You got to tell me, like, okay, so
it's
we're
a foul.
talking about
it's from the penalty spot, basically.
No way. It was barely inside the box.
It's from 16 yards, 15 yards. He can slot that.
You don't think James Rodriguez can slot that from there?
Yeah, come on.
You think it's more likely that he's going to score there than taking a penalty?
No,
it was completely fucking dog shit. It was a completely dog shit penalty.
No, it was a pen. Cody, it was a pen.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm saying it was a pen. I'm saying it was an unnecessary dog shit penalty to take. I'm not saying that it wasn't a penalty. I'm saying there was no reason to take it.
I think it was foolish on Reguilon to kind of follow.
Yeah, it was rash. It was rash. But if he doesn't make that challenge, I think
he didn't have to.
Grade A scoring chance.
No, he didn't have to. I'm sorry. No. That's just bad defending. First of all,
it is.
But
the thing is, too,
that whole break for me.
If you go back to the United game, right? The first goal, Fred's goal against United, that was Reguilon's fault because not only did he play Cavani on side, but he then turned around. He was playing Cavani on side by 2 feet compared to the rest of the line. Everybody looks at Dyer and Aurier.
Which one was the first goal? Who scored the first?
It was the rebound, the one that came back out to Fred. Yes. That is all on Reguilon because if he is in his proper position as a defender with the rest of the line, Cavani is offside by like 2 feet. Instead, he plays Cavani on side. The through ball comes in. The rebound goes out to Fred, and everyone else is sitting there. And I'm not justifying sitting there with your hand up as a defender.
At least we didn't do that.
Everyone else was in the right position.
Least,
So when they look over their shoulder and they see Cavani is 2 feet behind them, they have to assume that he is offside. It was all on Reguilon, and that penalty was completely unnecessary today. It was childish, absolutely childish.
Cody, I agree with you.
I just think all I'm saying is that whole break, that's all Aurier's fault because you have the whole flank wide open for Sigurdsson, and if no one gets to James Rodriguez in the box there, he puts a shot on goal. I'm not justifying it was rash. It was a dumb penalty, but the whole reason they got that break is because Aurier is walking near the Everton third. He's the furthest forward player on Spurs, and they're streaking down our right flank.
I agree with you, but
Sigurdsson's got all the time in the world to pick out Rodriguez, and then he makes a bad challenge. But it's a grade A scoring chance if no one touches Rodriguez there.
But even Aurier was playing wing back, so defensive work, it wasn't too much his work, if you think about it.
It is when there's no one else to cover that. You have to see that. I have to find the still of this because he's the furthest. It doesn't matter if he's wing back, not wing forward. He can't be the furthest forward player when Everton is breaking the other way. He can't be.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
I gotta find the still of it.
Yeah, Aurier, he does deserve a lot to blame. He is a defender, whether you're a wing back or a back. You are a defender whenever there's such a huge gap.
The only point I was trying to make on Reguilon is I think he gets a lot of hate when he's
he's not good.
Let me explain.
Vividly in the last couple of weeks, he was bad against Newcastle. He was bad against United. Wasn't very good today, but he's a class player.
No, he's not a class player. No, I don't agree. If you compare him with Danny Rose, there's a big difference. If
you compare him with Danny Rose at age 23, there's not. No way. No way.
No.
23-year-old. No.
No.
That's just not true. He's
Listen, Sergio Reguilon, he's a good player. Nobody's doubting.
He's talented. He's talented.
I
That's
do
what I'm
think
saying.
that
He gets a lot of hate.
he does
and
have
I
a
like
lot of
him.
brain fart.
He's going to be a good left back for us.
He's not going to be a good left back. Honestly, feel like Dennis Sirkin has more potential than this guy.
Okay, now let's calm down.
He's the best left back in La Liga last year. That's ridiculous.
But he played left wing back his whole at Sevilla. You can't compare. There's a big difference between wing back and full back.
But he was playing wing back today, though.
I agree.
I also did play in a back four for Sevilla. He did play in a back four for Sevilla.
Not always. Sometimes.
Okay, not always, but enough that he was the best left back in La Liga. He won it.
But at the same time,
he may have been the best left back. He may have gone to war, but he's not truly the best left back. Let's be honest.
But last season he was. I'm just saying he's a class player. He's a class player.
He's a class player. We are lucky to have him.
He's a class. He's not the problem. He's not the problem in our defense.
But he's not good defense.
That is the problem. Toby's the problem.
He's probably our best. He's definitely the best fullback on the team, for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, there's who are you comparing it with?
Give me nightmares.
I think Reguilon. I think Reguilon is great.
I have to disagree a little bit.
He's a class
good
player.
going forward, but defensively he's crap.
There you go. I agree with that. He's basically what I saw him do today was he played a little bit like an inverted winger, where he was coming into the position and leaving someone else out wide. So I think his strength is that. But I think that's what his main strength is. The problem he's got right now is that because of the way the Premier League plays, the speed and so forth, he's getting done on the wings.
Yeah,
he's getting done on the wings in defense. And as someone said earlier, that he needs to have someone to partner with him. And I think the switching of the centre backs all the time, the not so confidence of the midfield, is contributing towards him being exposed. And I think basically he's a quality player.
Yeah,
but he just needs to learn defending a little bit more in the Premier League. I
think too he was better the first half of the season when our wingers were playing that tracking back role, and at times we'd have a back six or a back eight. So that gives him so much more cover if he's got Sonny or Bergwijn who's willing to track a runner all the way back for him, and he's not stranded on his own. He's been beaten one. I mean, I won't justify his performances in the last couple of weeks. He's been turned one-on-one a couple times, and that.
I mean, yeah, he's kind of learning as we go on.
Exactly. First season in the Prem, he's going to figure it out, and he's going to be quality for us.
Yeah, playing in such a defensive play.
He's a little bit more coach.
Look at Cody's.
Yeah.
Is that the Dulux?
Yep.
Oh,
Cody Mac did it. Cody Mac did it. Cody Mac did it.
Where'd you go, Cody? Back. Your mic's not muted. I'm sorry. Oh, Tommy G. Confusion. For people that don't know, we do not require folks to have their cam on here. That's kind of part of the freedom, the flow of the show. If you want to know when somebody's talking, Dan, can you say hello for us?
Huh? Yeah. Hey.
You see how the circle kind of flashes around his circle? That's how you know someone without a cam isn't talking. Right?
Hello.
Yeah. So that's how you can tell that it's when it's a little bit confusing about who's talking to. But also, too, we got to try to stay not on top of each other, so that make that clear. So, like, if you want to interject and you don't have a cam, just say, "Can I interject?" Or a good way to do it too is if you don't have a cam plugged in. Like if you're on your phone, that's difficult. But like for me, if I turn off my cam, I can actually flash my screen by, doing that on a black screen. So,
bring on there's what's his name, Marcelo and Danny and Brian. He's asking for the link.
Boys, the link, you can come on, Brian Ireland. The link is in the Spurs family group chat. If you're not part of that, see, there it popped in.
Isn't it in the comment section? Isn't it like?
Yeah, it's also, Brian, it's tagged to the top of the comment.
Yeah, it's pinned.
And then there's Marcelo.
Marcelo.
Hey, Marcelo. Samba Soldier.
Let's go.
Yo,
You're mute. You're on mute.
Marcelo N. Marcelo Bielsa N. That's
Well,
setting my
I
new
got,
prop for 2021.
Marcelo.
Inesh 17. I'm sorry, my friend, but I don't want to have to remove people. But unfortunately, you haven't been involved in the conversation, so you're kind of taking up a spot. And I have 3 people backstage. So if someone would be willing to jump off, if not, there you go. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it.
Yo, Marcelo, it's an honor, bro. My guy.
Huh?
No, I said it's an honor.
Bro, don't tell me no honor, bro. I'm just glad to be
Don't
here.
gas
Bro.
him
We're all
up too
Spurs
much.
fan. Yeah, no.
Don't
Nah. We're all Spurs fan. You know what I mean? Like, we're all just chilling here. You know, you guys are fucking
I'm
awesome.
going to.
I love this panel.
I am going to add Brian and Danny to the stream now, and I'm going to pull myself out. So you'll be able to hear my voice, but not see my beautiful bald head. And that's how we can get 11 people in the show all at one time.
I'm gonna go in a few minutes, so don't worry.
Whenever you jump out, I can jump back in. So you guys are
brilliant.
welcome to chat, and I will listen and moderate, and you guys have fun. So here's Brian Ireland to the show. Good evening, Brian.
Abdullah, where are you?
And as I remove myself here, I'm going to add Danny to the show. So, yeah.
Where are you from, Abdul?
Sorry, say something.
What's going on, everyone?
Somebody say my name.
Where,
Cody.
yeah, where are you from, Abdul?
Oh, from Toronto.
Danny, you're in, right?
Toronto.
What's going on, lads?
How is everyone doing?
Not bad.
Relaxed stream.
Doing great, thank you.
Terrible.
It's not too bad. We didn't lose, so I don't feel too terrible about it.
I love it. I love it. Mr. K on point with that.
But
Look, honestly, I've given up like caring about top 4 like a game or two ago. Like it just kept people kept saying to me, "Oh, what are you hoping for?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, forget it then. I might as well look at the table afresh." Islands made me look at and present information inside my head a little bit more clearer, rather than being passionately ranting all the time.
Who's done that?
So with that in mind, I think we're doing all right. I think we're holding position. We don't, we are where we are. I'm happy. Yeah.
Mr. K. Mr. K.
Guys,
I'm not drunk. I'm sure.
Are you sure you're not something else?
I might be. But
I think I flipped the lid.
Can I have what you're taking, Mr. K?
I've been fasting this week. That's what it is.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of in the same mindset. I'm like, top 4 is dead. I knew it's.
Yeah.
I knew it was gone.
It's been dead for a while, mate.
I knew it was dead after the Arsenal game. That was when it was dead.
Yeah. Like honestly, I knew top 4 was dead. Like I even said it after the Zagreb game. I'm like, Mourinho isn't getting top 4, and like I knew it was dead, and so these games haven't really been affecting me as much. So the only game I'm looking forward to.
It's kind of nice, Marcelo. It's kind of nice.
I was saying earlier, they're all just practice for the cup. They're all just trying to figure out the best formation for City.
That's the only game. That's the only game I'll care about. Only game I'll care about.
I mean, time is running up for that matter. Like you have the cup coming really soon, so you better hurry up and make a choice as to who you're gonna play formation. This guy all of a sudden is playing. Yeah.
He brought Toby back. Toby looked fresh. Toby looks like he needs another game to polish up.
But who did he play with? He played him with fucking Dyer.
I just read.
Maybe he wants to get rid of Dyer.
I just read something.
Back with Toby was a bit weird.
Felt some kind of injury. He felt something in his ankle. I don't know what's the problem. Mourinho has just told.
I think Sanchez. I think Sanchez will start with Alderweireld in the final.
I think so too. I think so.
I think Rodon is for the league. He's letting Rodon do the league, and he's going to put those 2 pairings in.
Rodon can't start. He's cup
Remember
tied.
to keep yourself muted if
That's
you're
right.
Cup tied. Yeah, Rodon can't play.
Yeah.
Okay,
so basically, that's the way I see it. Sanchez and Tini, they're both ready.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
we
can hear you.
Deshaun.
Yeah, there's
Sexy
an echo.
low end voice there, fella.
Try to keep your. It's because I'm losing my voice. Man, I've been streaming since 1 p.m.
All fucking day long.
Keep your mic muted, Shashank, when you're not speaking, please. You got fan noise, my man. Fan noise.
Yeah, so much fan noise. Somebody.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're all fans. We're all making noise.
I'm starting to sound like Alex Jones.
That's deep there, Mr. K. That's deep.
It's a man, and that's not even with the effect.
Listen,
right?
I think Zagreb
That's the effect
proper put
right
me
there.
down. Sorry, Zagreb proper put me down, and everything else has been a kicking while I've been on the floor. So I've got to the point now where I'm thinking my opinion doesn't count to the board. They don't give a muppets if I get angry, bash my head against the wall or whatever. So I'm just not going to do that to myself anymore. The players, blatantly, like, you can improve as a player, as a professional. You can train, you can focus, you can review your work and say, man, I should have like maybe done this or that. You can train yourself. You're a millionaire. You can go get psychiatric help. You can do 1,000 million things to improve yourself. And these players haven't. So I'm no longer hurting myself anymore. I'm looking at the cup and thinking, Jose wants that cup. Jose,
just give me that cup. Just give me that cup. That's all I care about.
It. I'm telling you, that stadium we've got needs a trophy. I don't give a monkeys whether it's the League One or not. I don't care if we end up 8th or 10th. I don't care. But I just want a cup. Because he's left me with no choice.
I don't want to make
no
the
top
conference. I don't want to make the conference league. Like
I don't want to make
no.
Like
if we win the
but if we win the cup, we are in the conference league.
Yeah, but like
it's true. It's true.
But if you make let's say if you win the League Cup and then make like a Europa League like spot.
Yeah, but what makes you think that that's going to happen?
Well, hold on a second, Brian. Did you just say we're
Marcelo.
going to win the conference league?
No, I didn't say that.
No, we're not. We're probably going to
Who said that?
Oh, okay. I thought you said.
I never said we're going to win it.
He said we're going to be in it.
If we win the Carabao Cup, we're in the conference league. Yeah. That's one of the rewards for being shit in a shit cup for a shit another cup.
I thought.
That's gonna be very pleasing for Jane.
I thought you
What's
get
that,
Europa,
Marcelo?
No, if you won the Carabao Cup, you got a spot in Europa,
no, it's now the conference league.
They've changed it.
They made it worse than it was before. Which
how many Premier League teams go to Europa then? 2 or 3?
Two.
Two.
No, actually two.
No, actually,
well, it's 3 this year, right?
No, 3 if you win
the cup. It's 3. Yeah, I think it might be 3. Yeah, it
used to be the cup in 5th. So
if you win the
cup is
FA Cup.
I have no idea.
Yeah, if a team outside the top 10 wins the FA Cup, they go to Europa.
FA good relation.
No, isn't it? It's 5th, 6th, and 7th seed. They go to Europa League.
No.
It's not?
Mm-mm.
Why? Are they changing or what?
No, it's 5th and 6th.
Bottom line is when you finish in a position where you're shit, you play in shit competition.
Before that,
That's the reality of the situation.
We have to play qualifiers.
Imagine seeing Son and Kane in the
Arsenal won
conference
the FA
league.
Cup and they straight
Oh my god,
it's embarrassing as hell. Like,
do you know? Yeah, but what'll be more embarrassing is the fact that we won't win it. That'll be even more embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll lose to fucking Zagreb in the final.
You know what would be more embarrassing is if this team made top 4. We would make the Premier League look like a goddamn farmers league if we went to Champions League with this squad. We would get absolutely fucking dominated. In
Butchered.
The
We get butchered, Cody.
It would be absolutely embarrassing from the Premier League if this team went to top 4 with Jose in charge. We would not.
Yeah.
We would get absolutely raped. We would get massacred.
Butchered. We get butchered, fella.
But Cody, it's actually sad if West Ham makes the top 4. That would be sad.
But they're better than we are.
But they're not a Champions League squad. I don't care.
I don't know.
Well, neither are we.
But we're worse than they are.
Yeah,
Right?
Cody's
It's a weird
right.
season. It's a weird season. The Drugs game. It's a weird season.
Yeah, it's a weird season. Everybody has a weird season, though. Every team is in the weird season mode.
We've been having a weird season for like 3
We're
years.
shit in the weird season, and other teams aren't as shit as we are in the same
You
weird
watch
season.
West Ham will go to the Champions League and they'll make the semifinals or something just to shut our fucking mouths. You know what I mean? Like
West Ham
we didn't think that they were going to do anything.
Cody,
like
you used to be so positive, man. What happened to you?
Wow. I am a
Brian.
pessimist by nature. So
What happened to Cody back?
My
Brian.
true colors are coming out now. You
Tottenham
can't stop
happened.
who you are.
Tottenham
mate.
happened. Tottenham
That's
happened.
100%. I mean, I get it. I've been a Spurs fan for 25 years, so it is disappointing regularly.
Brian, you ever seen that meme of Spurs, right? Of that cycle? That's literally me. I'll start out every season positive, the hype guy, getting ready to go. You know, we're gonna win the league. We're gonna win this. We're gonna do that, right? And then slowly but surely, my hope starts dying, and then by the end of the season, I can't be fucking bothered.
Marcelo, that is the life of a Spurs fan. That's how we live every fucking day.
I'm not sure if these streams make it better or worse. It's so hard.
Sad state of affairs.
It's just sad, man. Just it is what it is.
Sad reality we live in, fella. It's sad. It's.
You guys think Mr. Levy's gonna pull the trigger?
What trigger? You think he's gonna shoot himself?
Yeah, we can all hope. No, that's
we hope so.
Dark.
Yeah,
I don't
dark,
know, man.
guys.
I don't know. Everyone is
getting dark here. We're getting real
going against him.
Don't suggest that. I would certainly hope that he would use a noose instead.
I'd like to shoot him with a paintball on his bald head.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Jose Mourinho decision has like practically already been made. I'm pretty sure they're probably scouting some managers.
Yeah, they do. Levy was on.
I think
Levy was on his phone. He was already like. He
was
literally like, Nagelsmann, you available?
Oh man, days. Forget Nagelsmann. Listen, guys, I'm gonna go.
He was asking Eddie Howe. You got to be realistic. You got to be realistic.
Guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get my fasting started. Get Will back into the slot. It's nearly 4:30 right now, so.
It's a late night for you lads in the UK. You're a trooper, man.
Okay,
you're a
Mr.
trooper.
It's Ramadan right now, so a lot of people are awake. A lot of people are awake at this time because it's Ramadan.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, listen, bless you all. Come on, you Spurs.
Cheers, Mr.
4-1 in the final.
Yeah, Mr. K.
Eat up before sunrise.
Sayonara, mate.
We love you, Mr. K.
Abdul had a point. I kind of want to hear what you had to say there, Abdul.
Yeah, I was just saying, in terms of like the manager search, a lot of people are really like a lot of people are thinking about the Graham Potters and the Scott Parkers, even Bielsa, like Marcelo was talking about Bielsa. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Gasperini. Gasperini is the manager of Atalanta. He is a top manager. He won Serie A Coach of the Year in 2019 and 2020 back to back, and nobody's talking about Gasperini. He is, I'm telling you, the play style that he plays. The high pace.
Suits Spurs, would you say, Abdul? It suits Spurs?
Which club coach
Sorry?
is he?
It suits Spurs, would you say?
It does, man, because listen, even though Gasperini does play majority like in a back three, like the formation that we played today would suit him. But I do think just like he plays his front two strikers of Duvan Zapata and Luis Muriel, those two guys are pretty much a cheaper version of Heung-min Son and Harry Kane. Muriel is that quicker striker. And then Zapata is that big target man, that number 9. You swap those two with Harry Kane and Heung-min Son, and he plays as number 10 with like
he's the Atalanta coach, right?
It's a good show, man. I've not heard about him, but I like that. I like the idea.
People sleep on Gasperini is a top.
Yeah, I've heard about this coach. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love this coach. Atalanta's coach, right?
Can he speak? Yeah. Can he speak English?
Yeah.
I have no idea, but I mean, like,
no, he doesn't.
I mean, he'll learn.
No, he doesn't.
No, because if he doesn't, you know what? If he doesn't speak English, then I'll take him. Because after Jose, I really don't want to watch press conferences anymore. I don't want to listen to my manager speak anymor. I want Bielsa. Honestly,
yeah, but I'm just saying, if
give
you
me
guys
somebody that speaks a language I don't understand.
Just pay attention to Gasperini. Like I'm pretty sure. Atalanta, they're like 4th place right now in the Serie A. They just played in the Champions League against Real Madrid. They got eliminated, and I'm telling you, they put up a great fight. And I'm telling you, none of us here can name 6 or 5 Atalanta players.
No.
And if they're putting, remember last year in the Champions League, I think they beat Atletico Madrid or something, or
they beat a couple teams, but they got very unlucky. Yeah, they were about to defeat PSG, and then they got very unlucky with PSG, 2 goals.
Exactly.
PSG scored 2 goals in the last 5 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Gasperini, Serie A Coach of the Year 2019-2020.
Right, so he has a lot of experience bottling, so he would fit right in here at Spurs.
You know what? No, but I'll give you this. I'll give you my listen. You got your Gasperini. I'm telling you, Marcelo Bielsa. He will bring that ethos back at Tottenham. Yeah, he will bring Hotspur back. He will bring us back together.
That would be so fun.
Yeah, bro.
Marcelo nearly convinced me when we were chatting earlier. I'm with you a little bit on that.
See, Marcelo, that Bielsa seed is just grown now. That seed has grown.
Listen,
you take it to a new level.
Listen, Danny and I, we planted that seed, bro. You know it. Now
But
growing,
listen,
bro.
Marcelo,
I want my Tottenham back. I don't care.
Describe what you were telling me and Brian Island, right, in the chat. Tell us what you said to us and what.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. You convinced me there, Marcelo. So.
And what he did for the players as well.
He's
like
Italian coach, right?
what Bielsa does at a club, right? He will bring the ethos.
English.
But the thing is, what Bielsa does with the club, he will bring the fans together. He will bring the players together. He will bring everybody together, and he respects the culture. Every club that Bielsa has been in, he can go back and he walks on water because he is like a god. In Newell's, everything. When he went in there, he brought the fan base together. What he did with the Leeds player, right? He made them do 1 hour of community service because the Leeds community did 1 hour of community service. He made them, pick up after the training ground because, to teach them the lessons, of respect and manner. And you see these Leeds players, even though, listen, I'm telling you, these Leeds players are not as good as you think they are. They used to be championship players, but they fight for the badge and they care so much about the club. Bielsa gets you to care about the club. He gets you to players to fight for the badge. And you know what? That's what I miss. And the thing is, we can talk about trophies. We can say all you want. But Mourinho, even though he's won trophies almost everywhere he's been in, there's certain clubs he can't go back. There's certain clubs he can't go back to United. Even Chelsea is a question. You know what I mean? They don't love him that much. But you look at Bielsa, bro. You look at all the clubs he's been in. They treat him like a god because you know why, bro? Because he brings that spirit back. We are alive. Under Mourinho, we sold our soul to the devil, bro. We are dead. We are alive. If we bring back Bielsa, we will be alive again, bro. We will have
Marcelo, we chatted about this in our last conversation. Marcelo, Bielsa has won nothing.
Together. Yeah.
Marcelo has won. Bielsa has won nothing, other than an Argentinian title. We have to take that into account, right? He hasn't. Okay. So you also pointed out he won.
But what I can say,
he won the championship, right? He got them to the Premier League, which is an achievement. But does he tick those boxes off and to say that Spurs are going to now win trophies because Bielsa's there? Ethos wise, back to what Poch did, all of those things feel fucking great. We all want them, but I think all of us want some glory at the end of it, right?
Brian, I get what you're saying, right? But to elaborate on, because we discussed this, right?
I know. We're back in the same moment 10 minutes ago.
To elaborate just on a little bit on that, right? The thing is, we're all saying what we want now. We want this passion back. We want this family feel. We want this unity. We want the team playing as a team,
I agree.
Right? So what Mourinho has done is he's taken every element.
He's ripped it out of it.
He's ripped out all of Poch's 5 years of hard work. He's ripped it all out, right? And we've gone backwards even more.
I agree. Yeah.
Right. So do we go back to a manager who's going to bring that kind of philosophy back, the style of football back, right? Who's going to at least give us those, like you said, right? Those memories, because you said it yourself.
I prefer
that.
I prefer that over. So we're talking about the fan base and what the fan base expect and what the expectation of Tottenham Hotspur is to win trophies. But is he going to bring that?
We should forget that now because we're in a stage right now where we need to get back to that level where we can even compete, let alone win trophies. We're not even going to win trophies. I'll be going to win. Exactly. I think I agree with Marcelo, right? Bielsa, he will bring that style and that fluidity and that family feel and that passion back.
I'm convinced of Marcelo's position. I am. I didn't think I'd ever be, but in our last conversation before we came to Will's channel, we were chatting, and Marcelo's convinced me to an extent. Now you've even convinced me further. I am a Bielsa fan. I'm saying bring it to fucking Spurs. Let's do it. At least there's a fucking ethos. At least there's a care. At least there's a care about the club. At least there's a reason to fucking believe something.
Yeah.
That's what we're missing.
Also, there's something, guys. As a South American, go ahead, Cody. Listen, I'm sorry, you were quiet the whole time.
The problems that we face are not a 2-year project. The reality is, in the time that it's going to take to fix the problems at Spurs, Bielsa will be in the fucking ground. He'll be dead. He's so old. And you know what? I don't deny that I would love us to be
also very true, Cody.
If Leeds and Tottenham are going to finish right beside each other in the table,
which
I
it looks like
would have
that's going to be the
preferred.
case.
I
Yeah.
would have preferred to watch Leeds the entire season than watch Tottenham.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. But I'm sorry, like, we are looking at a 5 or 6 year rebuild. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. Bielsa is not going to come in one window or 2 windows. The same way Jose can't fix things in
But Cody,
one
I don't think
window or 2
anybody's
windows.
claiming that that's going to be the case. I don't think I'm
Yeah,
saying
but
like
he's
bringing
literally
Bielsa.
he's literally gonna die. You know, like he's just
But that's extreme. That's extreme, Cody.
We're human. We have our limitations.
I love it. That's extreme though. It's extreme though. I don't
Neither
think
one of my grandparents lived as old to be as old as Marcelo Bielsa. That's the reality. He's just
How old is he?
How old is he, Cody? You don't even know that. You're just
How
talking
old is
shit.
this guy?
Because he does all these squats on the
I mean, it's
sideline.
funny as shit, but you're
We
talking.
can't hear you, Marcelo.
Tottenham's made him even more delusional now, even more broken, man.
Let me tell you.
Cody's position.
Let me tell you this, Cody.
He
Let
always
me
makes
tell you
me
this.
fucking laugh. Go on.
First of all,
Marcelo.
Bielsa is 65 years old, but I'm telling you, as a South American, bro, that man,
He's
he
young.
is a mythical creature, man.
Just
Every
getting
time,
started,
even though
that
he has
fella.
not won the trophies, but like every time, like everybody always talks about Bielsa, and you know, even in Argentina, he's just such a strange figure, man. I doubt that dude will die like until his 80s or
Bro, he's
90s.
he's like
something
sitting
that.
on
But
h's
that
ankles
guy,
for 90 minutes. Like, he'll be good.
bro,
man.
he's
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 crouching.
in
He's like
position all game.
he's like hidden tiger. He's like hidden tiger. Fucking.
He's watching the game from
This guy-
ball level. It's amazing.
this
He's
guy
the only
lives,
manager in the world that does
breathes
it.
football. He lives,
Quality.
breathes football. This guy, until football is dead, until he can't play, he can't manage anymore. This guy is
Look,
going to be managing.
Look,
That's how much he
the
loves
best,
football.
the best attribute that Bielsa has is that he can't fucking speak English. Honestly,
He
that's
can
the best.
though. He
that
speaks
is the-
very good English. He does. He just doesn't want to be misinterpreted.
Right. Well, you know what? The fact is, when he has an interview, there's going to be a translator there. He's going to answer in his native tongue, and then there's going to be a translator, which means that I'm not going to watch because I am just sick of watching Jose Mourinho.
That would never happen at Spurs.
I don't want to watch Jose Mourinho anymore.
He's never coming to Spurs and not speaking English. Levy he did that with Pochettino because Pochettino at Southampton did the same thing as Bielsa did. He was like, I need a translator, so I get my. It's not going to happen.
If he carries on with that policy after what's gone on in the media with Jose Mourinho, then surely Levy is the biggest fucking idiot that we've ever witnessed.
Correct.
I think if Brian Daigle was on this show right now, he'd be high-fiving you.
Honestly, I will say this: it would be kind of a dream, though, for me as a South American to see Bielsa managing like a top Premier League club, because it's just like it doesn't happen very often for us, because like most managers in South America, usually stay, or they go to Spain, or they go to somewhere else. They don't usually go to the Premier League. But man, like I mean, just growing up and seeing that guy, and just imagining him at Tottenham would be so freaking cool. Bielsa at Tottenham.
The reality is, Levy is never going to bring Bielsa in because the cost of coffee is going to go through the roof, and he doesn't want to deal with that.
Too expensive for the coffee.
Yeah,
it's true. It's fucking 100% true.
So Cody, who do you want him to bring in then if Jose goes end of the season?
I honestly, the thing is, like, if we unroot Jose from this club, and we're serious about the direction change that needs to happen, which for me is a complete rebuild, and the thing is, like, keeping Kane and Son is not a rebuild. We can't rebuild around 28-year-old players. Right?
Yes.
If we're gonna trigger a true rebuild, that involves selling Kane and Son. Okay, so
I don't agree.
Right off the bat, we're gonna generate. Let's hope. What are we saying here? Like, even in the COVID
200 million
market, 200 million between both. Yeah, that's reasonable, right?
Yeah.
So out of that, we probably get about 40 to spend on players. I'm honestly, The thing is,
Cody on 4 players.
Cody with the reality situation.
We're not going to attract a top manager after Jose if we're in a situation where we have to rebuild. We're not.
Why not though, Cody? Like I don't understand that question. I don't understand that.
What reason does Julian Nagelsmann?
Tottenham Hotspur are the 10th richest club in
They're the 10th most valuable club. That doesn't mean
richest.
They don't spend the 10th most money. They don't have the 10th most money in the bank.
Cody,
right? They're the 10th most valuable because the infrastructure that they've created, right?
I get that, but if you're a manager,
this whole thing about we're rich, it's
Cody,
not that it has nothing to do with that.
Hear me out. It does have something to do with it. It doesn't have everything to do with it. It has something to do with it. If you're a young manager, right, and you're trying to figure out like what your next move is, like a Nagelsmann, for instance, he's 32 years old. He's a fucking child. He's probably at the same age as many of you. If you've got a young manager like that, and he has an opportunity to get to a club that has that much money with a stadium and all the other shit involved with Spurs, he's going to look at it and go, you know what? Like this is a good. Maybe it's a step for him, but it's a thing for him to do. Why wouldn't you,
Brian? What part of Tottenham Hotspur, the way that they're run, speaks that any manager is going to come in here and have money to work with? There's no indication of that whatsoever.
When did I say that? When did I say they're going to have money to work with? No, I didn't say they have money to work with. I didn't say that at all. I said they're going to be at a club that is firing at the highest level compared to all the other clubs in Europe, and you're going to say that this is good for my career. You're going to say that. Marcelo,
the thing is, sorry to interrupt. You are going to have money to work with, just not necessarily next season. Right once the money starts coming in from the stadium, within 3 years, right? That was Levy's initial plan, right? He wanted to back Jose with some money from the stadium if we had fans in the grounds. But in the next 3 years, you're going to start seeing that money come back. Whether we spend in the way we want to is a different question.
Yeah,
but you will see the money.
I'm never going to look at Tottenham Hotspur as a spending club until we actually do it, which we have not.
That's fair enough. That's
so
fair
Cody.
Enough. That was the plan, right? Why else build the stadium?
Yeah, so Dan is correct in that we are not a spending club when it comes to the players specifically, when it comes to the players on the pitch, but we've spent a shit ton of money on infrastructure, and the goal, from what we've been told, and I'm not saying it's true 100%, is that the next level is to spend money on the players, on what's on the pitch. Then the situation that we're dealing with COVID and everything else has happened. It doesn't. I'm not saying that we are going to now do the thing that we've all wanted. But it was arguably in the works. If you look at the spending, let me finish. Spending 60 million on Undembele is a massive amount of money that we never would have spent before. That's clear. That's something we wouldn't have done previously that we are now doing. I'm not saying that it's going to change everything, but there is clearly a difference between what we are doing spending wise previously to what we're doing now. So I'm not saying it's correct, but it is
we're
reality.
talking about a managerial change, okay? And in this hypothetical situation where we sack Jose, that is money that is going down the drain, right? We basically have to sell Dele Alli to pay for sacking Jose Mourinho, right?
Okay. So?
And the thing is, like, who is going to want to come in? We are clearly a hot mess of a club right now, right? Why would Julian Nagelsmann come in here? Okay, Julian Nagelsmann has the benefit of one of the greatest fucking scouting and development systems in all of Europe, right? Part of which is a part of, we used to have a part of that with Paul Mitchell.
Yeah,
he also has all the RB sister clubs that they can just say, well, RB Leipzig, we're the biggest RB club that there is, so we're going to take RB Salzburg players. We're going to take RB New York players. We're going to take from here and there. Nagelsmann coming here and having to work with Steve Hitchen is literally like going from driving a Lamborghini on the Autobahn to driving chitty chitty bang bang on the back roads. There is no fucking reason that Julian Nagelsmann would come here and think that he's going to advance his career.
So can I refute that? Can I refute that really quickly in a sense that I think that if you're an up and coming manager and you manage in Germany, which is arguably a league that isn't at the same level as the Premier League, and you get an opportunity to manage a club that is clearly in disarray in some capacity, and you could be the manager that fixes that because you're good enough to get in with the players that are there, to get in with the manager and
Create a
the
culture.
And be the guy who makes the difference in the club. And are you not, like, as a, if we're going to talk about Nagelsmann, a 35-year-old man or whatever, however old is a young man that he is in the football world we live in, are you not going to be like, yeah, fucking right, I want to be that guy. If I can take Spurs and make them the best club.
Until Bayern Munich come in and say, we want you, which is exactly what's happening right now.
Okay, so Bayern Munich could do that, but there are other managers who are similar to that. You can't just take one manager and say that that's the scenario.
Who is similar to Julian Nagelsmann? Right.
No,
what I'm trying to get at is the question is, who would you back to be the next manager?
Honestly, Nagelsmann is nothing. So why would I hire him in the first place?
I'd love him.
I see us as a long-term project, right? I see us as a long-term project. The next manager that comes in here isn't going to be a manager that builds upon what Jose leaves behind, because in the reality, Jose is only going to leave behind a trail of fucking ashes and toxicity.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sure.
Right. So we have to be looking at a certain tier of manager, a manager who we're going to bring in, and there's not going to be big expectations placed upon him. A manager who is going to come in, and it's going to be acknowledged that the next manager after we sack Jose is going to be a project manager. And that is why I think that Scotty Parker would be a good manager to come in here following Jose.
Cody Mack,
I don't think he's ready yet. He's not ready yet.
I want to say something though, because I agree with Cody in that I think that that's the future. I do think that Scotty Parker, 3 or 4 years from now, will be Spurs manager. Not right now. Yeah, he's not done enough. But Brian, no, let me finish. Cody. I agree with you. I think you're right. I think that that's the right idea, and that's the right way to move forward. Eventually, but we're not in a scenario where we can just put him in place and say this is going to work. It's a massive risk.
Too many tasks.
It isn't going to function.
But that's the whole point, is that the tasks are too big for any manager to come in here and fix. We cannot think that a manager is going to come in here and fix our problems.
It's not about fixing them. It's about managing the situation that we're in. If we look at, like, as an example, what Chelsea did with Frank Lampard being completely over, he was incapable of managing that situation. Let's bring in a manager who is. They bring in Tuchel. Tuchel deals with it, completely sorts out their situation because he understands the level that they're at and how to deal with it. That's what needs to happen right now. We need to get rid of fucking Jose Mourinho. We need to bring in a manager who can fucking deal with the utter mess we're in and just get us through it. Until then we go, okay, what are we going to do moving forward?
But the thing is,
all right, pause.
Will's pausing us.
I'm pausing you because
go on, Will.
He tried to stay away, but he couldn't resist it. And this is what he's here to say.
Doing, guys? How are we doing? So, I have to say I'm not coming on for long. I'm not coming on for long, but I've had to come on and apologise because my team have done something which is totally out of order. They have broken my Cody, and I need to make sure you're okay, brother.
Which team? Are you talking about me, Bri?
No, I said Cody.
I know, but you said
my team is in the fucking circus that we support with the oh my good God.
I'm with you there, Brian.
Honestly, I've just been watching Cody literally, and it's weird watching it when you're not on it. And Cody's going through like a mate. All I can say to you, Cody, is it's going to get worse.
The thing is about Scotty Parker. You guys think that Scotty Parker is just going to sit around for 3 and 4 years and wait for Tottenham to scoop him up, right? That guy right now, he's a project manager. In 3 or 4 years, he might be a sought-after commodity, right?
He also might be a complete failure. Like,
yes, that's true. That's true. But we are already a complete failure.
But he's managing a team that's going to get relegated, Cody. You can't just
You can't bring in. You cannot expect to bring in a manager that is capable of fixing There is no manager on planet Earth that is going to fix the problems that we have. There have to bring a manager in that is capable of.
So who is that for you, Cody? Who is that for you?
It's a manager that we don't expect much of, right? It's a manager that we don't bring in thinking that this guy is going to be the answer. It's a manager that we bring in and we
don't
say,
expect him to fix everything that's wrong with Spurs at the moment.
Of course not.
That's
Of
your
course
job
not.
as the manager coming into Spurs, isn't it?
Brian, the problem with this club is not the manager. It is partly the manager. And in that,
Yeah,
it is
I'd
only
agree
like,
with that.
what is it, like 1/5 the manager?
No, more.
I'd say more. I'll say half.
More. Half.
Daniel Levy, if you are watching, you're a bald headed.
Do you think
Oh.
Pep Guardiola could come in here and make us a better?
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
So
Cody,
freaking cool.
Cody,
What
Cody,
manager with this squad do you back to come in here and change things and make us a top 4 squad with this personnel?
Daniel
It is not-
Levy.
we are
just
we
think
are
it's
not
as
going
bad
to
as
just
you make
flip
it
a
out to be.
switch.
I don't think it's quite as bad as you make it out to be. Because I think, listen, I think if someone can come in and they might say, all right, all I really have to do is get a 2 out of Toby, and that's another 9 points this season, and then they're a top 4 team. You know, I don't think a manager has to come in and solve all of the toxicity that Jose's created. He just has to do a little bit better. We're not that far off it.
Yes, but
yeah, Dan, it's the same thing I was talking about when it comes to a manager coming in. They just have to recognize that the situation's different and then implement certain things that will get the players playing again, because we're literally seeing right now, I think, a bunch of players who aren't playing for the manager, aren't playing for the club. They're like, they've moved on to either their next job or just sort of like, we're done with this now. This isn't working. So them hanging out after the game with a bunch of French players and high-fiving each other and having a laugh is that exactly. They're not there anymore. They don't give a fuck.
What if you get Toby and Deli back on side? We're a totally different team. We're a totally different
well, if
team.
my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a wagon. Honestly, like the thing is,
Cody,
honestly,
I love it.
There's not much,
every
there's not
time
much
that we push back the rebuild is another year that every player on this squad gets older. And that is a huge problem with this club. Is that
I'm not pushing back the rebuild, Cody, at all.
No one is.
I just have to applaud Cody. Cody,
no, Cody's right. I'm not pushing back a rebuild. I think the rebuild has to happen. I just think you have to be like really specific about how you do it and bring in the right players or the right manager to manage the players that are there. It's an obvious scenario. Like, you're not gonna. We've seen like Dyer and Toby and Deli and all these players come in and out of like favor to Jose Mourinho. That doesn't work. We need to get all of them on board and with the same direction.
If
and
we're
going
going to
in the same
rebuild,
place.
if we're going to be truthful about our situation and acknowledge that we need to rebuild, then we need to bring in a rebuild manager. And what I mean when I say that is that we need to bring in a manager that we are comfortable binning after 3 years or sooner. We have to bring in a manager that we don't expect to succeed. And that, to me, is the level that Scotty Parker is at. That is why when we talk about the Bieltas and the Sarris and those type of managers, it just doesn't fucking work. It's like the same thing that we did when we brought in Jose. We're trying to address a problem.
It's a Band-Aid. It's a Band-Aid. I get you, man. I feel the same way about that. I feel the same way about Jose in that scenario. I think Jose is a Band-Aid. I don't think it's useless. I don't think it's worked for the club. He's the wrong manager for where we are and what we need to happen. It's not perfect.
I'm sorry if I'm yelling. I really
Cody.
am.
We need a manager.
I don't mean to be yelling.
No, Cody.
I'm loving it.
We need a manager who is going to be able to make us better with what we have for now, and then eventually develop and change and get rid of the shit fucking players that we have, which we all agree on are there. That's what we need. A manager who can take of all what Pochettino did when he first came in. Here's a bunch of fucking problematic players. We're going to play a season, recognize all those shitty players, get them out of the fucking club, bring in the new players, and then eventually get to the place where we need to be. That's what we need.
That's the difference between you and me right now when we're talking about manager. You think that you need to bring a manager in who can get more out of this squad. And
I didn't say that.
I think that we need to bring in a manager that we can accept failure from, because that's where we're at right now. We are a fucking failure.
What? Okay, but Cody, can I add something?
Oh man,
can I add something quick?
Yeah,
go on then.
Can I throw a name out there?
Hang on.
Now, personally, I don't want
Dietrich's Kane. Dietrich's Kane.
Yeah, like my only issue with that, like
Dietrich,
you're saying, like you said, like we bring in a manager, like we don't care about failure. But the issue is that Kane and Son don't have many years in them. So you have to win now.
That ship has sailed. That ship
No,
has
I
sailed.
don't agree. No.
If we get rid of Jose, that ship has sailed.
I agree with Cody there. I agree with Cody.
Cody's right there. Yeah, for sure.
We've given it a go. We really have. We've tried to win something with the Kane Son era. It hasn't worked. And you know what? Whether or not they're a part of the problem, they are a part of the mentality that we need to completely fucking wipe right now. We are at the spot now where, as a club, where we need to turn it off and turn it on again. Unplug, plug back in. And Kane and Son are a part of that. It now is the time. If we're going to get rid of Jose, and I don't say that that's the right thing to do. I don't know what the right answer is. But if we get rid of Jose, we might as well get rid of those two while we can get money for them. Because 2 years from now, those players might be worthless. They might be worthless.
We need to reinvest in the squad, and if you're going to reinvest in the squad, you need to make difficult decisions.
But you're never gonna sell Kane like with Daniel Levy. That's never gonna happen.
We sold Gareth Bale.
But he said like 150 in this pandemic. No one's gonna pay that. And you know it.
Now I'm with you on that. I actually think that's a thing that people keep forgetting is the situation we're in with the pandemic and the ability to sell a player and the ability for other teams to be able to afford that player with their own situations.
Yeah.
I think it's arrogant and kind of like you're not really paying attention to the situation if you think that that's going to happen 100%, that we're just going to be able to be like, oh, whatever, we're going to sell this player for 120 million. There's two teams that can afford Harry Kane right now, and it's Manchester City and it's PSG.
But even City said they're not going to buy a
striker.
Yeah,
and there's Harry Kane is not going to go to Harry Kane is not going to play in France.
Exactly.
He's not going to play in France.
I could see City.
If he goes to City, it's going to cost him a fucking fortune. And you know, maybe that's the thing that might happen. But that's it. There's nothing.
I could see City getting a little creative and doing like a swap deal where they give us, you know,
could be a trade. Could be a trade, Jen, for sure.
Brian is looking like he really wants to say
Phil Foden kind of deal.
Levy, if you are
Brian always
you're
wants
a
to say
bald-headed.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It looked like he wanted to say it.
Get in there, Will.
That's when I went on my 23-minute rant. Yeah.
His face was like this, so I just like, you know, he's
Levy, if you are watching, you're a bald-headed. Yep, I was with my boy Marcelo when we were doing that.
So freaking cool.
God, I love this thing.
I just wish I could meet him. I really wish. I wish I could put I could, like I said in our show, I wish I could just put myself into Kane's body. I'll just go up to him and then just smash him one. Don't get me started on Levy. Don't, please. I just want to be calm.
Keep it simple.
Brian,
keep it simple here, Brian.
You missed it because earlier someone asked, "Do you think Levy will pull the trigger?" And all I thought of was, "What would Brian Daigle say?"
Cody.
Right.
As you
this
said,
is Brian Daigle calling Daniel Levy. Daniel Levy,
literally,
get out of my club.
as you said, is he going to shoot himself? I was literally typing in, "Oh, please let me pull the trigger." But then you said it, so I was like, I'm not going to post a message. Oh, the things I want to do to that man. Jesus Christ. I want to hurt him.
Take it easy,
I'll
Brian.
calm down. I'll calm down.
Take it
easy.
Take it easy. Voice, though, Brian.
No, we don't want any legal actions here.
Cheers, Brian. Take it easy,
Brian. It's why I didn't go on Tottenham away. It's why I didn't go on Tottenham away today. I mean, Tottenham away. We are Tottenham TV.
I didn't either.
That's
because I was too busy.
No, if I'd gone on We Are Tottenham TV, I think I would have caused all sorts of problems. I'm going to keep quiet. Talk, people.
We're listening to you, Brian. Listening to
so
you.
freaking cool.
I can't. All I will say, if we do lose, whatever, who gives it? They're both the fucking same now. On Sunday, on this show, what you thought you heard, Marcelo, when we were with Brandon and everything, well, that's just like the appetizer of what I'll be doing. I will be going batshit crazy for anyone and everyone at the club. Anyone and everyone. The tea ladies, the kit men, the grass, the people that mow the grass, the sprinklers,
Brian's
the tea ladies, the car park.
What is with the tea bag in here? It's not fucking. You know, you haven't used it properly, mate. What the
yeah, I will do. Mate, I'm gonna be. I'm gonna need to drink lots of coffee, and I'm gonna be on one.
I'll say this, guys. You know, like as bad as it does look right now, I think I forgot who brought up the great point is that we're still not that far off from top 4. So,
Marcelo, that was me, by the way.
That was you, Brian. That was
yeah.
great.
There's a bit of an
great point.
overreaction about every fucking thing at the moment.
No. That's a great point, and I've always stated that this summer for me is going to be very interesting, and I'm very excited because if we do the right things, we can go back. We can get top 4 and we can go back, but it all depends on the board. The next summer, they need to sack Mourinho, get a manager, make sure to get him the players that he wants, and then we can. And I think we can have a good successful season. But the issue is, if they don't do that, if they just sack Mourinho, they don't back the manager, and Kane leaves, Sonny leaves, the Deadwoods stay, we're fucked. We're going to the dark ages.
Right.
So it can either be
deeply fucked.
So depending on next summer, we can go this direction, or we can go this direction.
So are you saying that we still have a chance of getting top 4 this season?
No. I'm saying. So what, Brian?
Don't make me fight you in my. Don't make me fight you in my Lamella voice.
Everything Marcelo said. The only thing I took from it was we're fucked.
Will's on point with the voices.
Listen, Cody, you're just not used. You lived through the golden era, mate. But listen, I'm still kind of young. You know what I mean? You guys seen all the deep dark shit. But I saw Tim Sherwood. I've seen, I see some bad. I've seen some really bad shit from Spurs. I'm gonna be honest. But I always remember, even though when we were really bad, we didn't need the complete rehaul that everybody talked about. We only needed 3 or 4 good players to get to that point.
This is the thing, Marcelo. People overreact to this situation. They think that it's utterly desperate, and we're completely fucked if we lose these players. We lost Gareth Bale. We responded. We ended up being further along than we were previously. That's the reality of the situation. We can all be panicking and be like, "Oh, we're going to be Sunderland." I think it was Will who thought we were going to be Sunderland. Wasn't it you, Will? It's absurd, Will. It's absurd, Will. We have too much money.
Yeah, we're too big of a club.
Too big of a club to be Sunderland. It just isn't going to happen.
If Levy doesn't buy anything this summer and Kane and Son leave,
he's not going to not buy anything. And if he sells Harry Kane and Heung-min Son, it's going to be for a shit ton of money that it's going to be
seeing out of the last 3 years,
someone in the squad. I'm not saying it's going to be great. It might mean we finish fucking 7th or 8th again, which is likely the case. But it's not a scenario to be like, oh my god, we're going to be Sunderland. We're going to have an Amazon documentary about how shit we are.
Yeah, our documentary is not that pathetic. Come on.
I'm telling you right now,
it's just an over the top reaction, I think, which is standard for Spurs.
Daniel Levy doesn't invest, and out of the last 6 transfer windows, he's not invested in half of them.
Yes, he hasn't in 2 of them, but he has in the most recent one considerably.
3.
No, not well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he did it well, but
he hasn't invested in 3. We bought no one in 3 transfer windows.
I want to know what Brian Daigle's response is to Brian Ireland's statement. I want to know what Brian Daigle thinks about what
the two Brians getting into it
about overreaction, because to me, I'm not gonna lead the conversation. That's all I want. I just want Brian to respond to Brian.
I want him to respond too. Go on, Brian. Let's hear it.
Sorry, I've literally been biting my fingers to stop. This is what I'm self-harming now because of this bloody subject. Listen, Marcelo, I love you, and you know I do. If anyone on this panel, when you said I've had for 20 years, if the board did this, if they did that, if they did this, if they did that, I am telling you now, if we sell Son, if we sell both, it'll be, let's say we sell them both for 150. That's 300 mil. We'll get 30 million to buy 6 players. We won't get any money. We will fall to pieces. Listen, I've got open. Everyone on here knows my agenda. I fucking hate Levy with a fucking passion. He's a prick. But it's not just him. It's not just him. The whole club is now infected. It is a virus that has spread from the board, the recruitment. Just there's nothing in there. Nothing in there. No one talks to anyone. It's completely broken down. 20 years of accepting failure, 20 years of
and who can bring that back? And who can bring that back? My man Marcelo Bielsa. He's done it at Newell Boys. He's done it at Leeds. He's done it at Atletico Bilbao. Bro,
I will tell you now.
At Spurs. I'm telling you, he's ready. He's ready.
I will tell you now.
Yep.
There is not a chance in the world, not a chance Bielsa is coming. And the reason he won't come, I tell you now, he won't. And the reason, don't get me wrong, he may be a good appointment, but you know the story with him and Poch.
Yeah.
So you know Poch when he went to Poch's house when he saw him. He
was like 12 and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a whole story behind that. He idolizes Poch, and Poch and there's no way. There is no way. And Bielsa, as you know, from his South American time, Marcelo, he's a man of principle. He's a man of his word and everything. Not a chance will he go work with that bald-headed, four-eyed, stupid little prick by the name of Daniel Levy.
Okay, so will, no, but the thing is, Bielsa will, because the thing about Bielsa is, and I'll say this, he is a man of principle, but he also is a man. He's a sucker for football culture. He's a sucker for, like, you know, the fan base, you know what I mean? Like Pochettino, you know, he loved the Tottenham fan base. Even though he had to deal with that prick, he dealt with it because he loved the Tottenham fan base. And also, Bielsa loves nothing more than a challenge. If you look at it, Bielsa has actually been offered many, many big clubs. He's been offered by the top clubs in the world, and he's turned them down because he never felt like it was a real challenge. What Bielsa likes to do, he likes to get a club from down and bring them up. He just loves doing that.
That's
and
where
nothing
from.
Yeah, and Bielsa would love nothing more than to get a club like Tottenham with such a great tradition and bring it back to his place. He would not love nothing more for that challenge.
Marcelo, you said everything right. You said everything right. Just he won't go to Tottenham.
He's going to go to Tottenham.
Like that, no, he's not going to go to Tottenham.
Yeah,
my boy Bielsa's going.
And why won't he go to Tottenham?
So freaking cool.
I have a manager. Like, I might sound stupid. How about Steven Gerrard? What do you guys think?
He wants Liverpool.
I think he's penciled in as the Liverpool coach after.
No, fuck that. I don't want no fucking Liverpool coach. Fucking
he wants to coach there anyway.
I don't feel right about having a Liverpool legend.
Scotland.
But let's say
his team.
It's
like having Sol Campbell being a new manager. I don't. It doesn't
Did
feel
someone
right.
just say what? Did someone just say a name I thought I heard? Did I just hear the Judas word?
Yeah, I think it might have.
Yeah,
Can we talk about the players for a little bit? Because I kind of want to dig into them. I kind of want to dig into the players.
Can you start with Dyer, please?
Yeah, please.
No, look. I mean, I already say it. The guy, you know, I don't know who his drug dealer is. I want to meet him.
Took Dyer off to take Reguilon off and put Dyer in a left back position.
Honestly, I think Mourinho has spent too much time with Dyer, and Dyer probably gave him his dealer. So, you know, they're both fucked up in the head. You know, the guy comes out in the social media and says, you know, he wants to spread his ashes in the club, like he's like fucking Ledley King, or, you know, like some great Tottenham legend. I just don't get the guy.
Who is worse today, Reguilon or Dyer?
Dyer,
bro. Like Dyer. Listen, did you see that time when
Did Dyer take
Richarlison?
a penalty?
No. Did you see that time when Richarlison literally just ran past Dyer? Dyer was literally looking.
Wasn't a penalty, by the way.
And it was a beautiful save by Lloris. But literally, Dyer is right next to Richarlison, and fucking Richarlison just literally walks right past him. And Dyer's just like this with this fucking stupid, like, fucking little jogging thing. He's so, like, honestly, the guy just irritates the living fuck out of me.
Marcelo, if you ever want to buy a house, like, out in the country, buy it behind Eric Dyer because you will never be bothered.
You'll never be bothered.
You will be peace and quiet the rest of your life as long as you're behind Eric Dyer.
Honestly, the guy turns in fucking slow motion, bro. I like honestly, when he turned around, I thought Will's stream fucking froze up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, bro? But I just realized he was still turning. It's like, oh, it's unbelievable, bro. Dyer is he is my least favorite player. But then it's also the stuff that he says, you know what I mean? Like, he goes on and says, I think I had a good season, you know what I mean? I think I've been good. Like, I don't get where his arrogance comes from. He's such, he's so simple-minded. You know, you look at him and you just realize you're not the smartest, you're not the brightest light bulb, you know, like.
The Amazon documentary says it all. He cries after getting taken off early, even though we win the game and everyone's celebrating. He's sad because he didn't play enough. He didn't get enough minutes.
And then he goes out in the media and, you know, he talks about, like, Dele Alli. He talks about players not doing enough. And I'm just like, dude, seriously, like, who the fuck are you? Like, no, sir, like, first of all, literally, who the fuck are you? Like, I don't know you. Like, who the fuck are you to talk about my club? Like, I would rather have the janitor of Tottenham Hotspurs talk about Tottenham Hotspurs than fucking Eric Dyer. He get out of my club. I'm done with Eric Dyer. I never want to see him ever again in my club. He is the worst. Seriously, like, who the fuck are you? Like, I'm done with Eric Dyer, man.
I'd rather have your ashes in Tottenham.
I fucking hate Levy with a fucking passion.
It's just well, yeah, that whole ashes thing just honestly put me on edge. I can't believe he ever said that.
Yeah,
honestly,
that
is he like he is on fucking Spice or something? Bro. He is doing he.
See, Marcelo, you'd understand it if Harry Kane said something like that, but fucking Eric fucking Fridge Dyer. I'm sorry, I just it doesn't that when I saw that it made me sick, honestly.
We're cursed. Literally, they're gonna spread Eric Dyer's, you know, fucking ashes, and then you know it's gonna send a juju spell, and we're never gonna fucking win a trophy because his ashes is gonna be there.
They should put his ashes in Daniel Levy's office on his
desk.
It's
like an Indian burial ground. We're gonna be cursed. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be fucked. We're gonna be fucked more than we already are. Jesus Christ!
Is that possible?
What an idiot! What an actual idiot!
Brian,
Really, like,
it's possible.
And I'm questioning.
I don't know what's next. Honestly, I just even when I woke up this morning, I saw those Pogba comments, and I said, like, just for one day this week, can my club not been taking the piss out of? It's ridiculous. This club is a complete, total, utter mess. It really has, but I'm really worried about Cody. I'm really worried. It's broken him. The decline in him this week has been terrible.
And what do you guys? Yeah.
If we can experience a week like we have experienced, where our own sponsors are taking the piss out of us, right? And not only that, our reaction to them taking the piss out of us is to take the piss out of ourselves. How bad could this get when we lose a club legend like Harry Kane? That's what really bothers me, is that right now we are being propped up. We are being absolutely propped up by the legacy of some of these players. And I get that they haven't won trophies and they haven't accomplished blah, 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 whatever. You know what? Just think of what Tottenham Hotspur would be right now without Harry Kane, because we're closing in on that. We really are. And as much as this has been a bad week, there are levels. There are levels to this suffering that we can endure, and I don't want to do that. You know, like,
think about this, Cody.
I just want us to hit the bottom. I just want us to hit the bottom. I want us to bounce. I want us to start the process of reconciliation. You know, like, I don't want to live like this. I don't want to live fearing my football.
That's animal abuse. You can't do that, man.
I just don't. Dude, seriously, like, who the fuck are you? Like, the thing is, Cody, think about this. Eric Dyer is gonna outlive Harry fucking Kane at this club, bro. Eric fucking Dyer. We just can't beat the guy. And then not only he's gonna outlive Kane, He's gonna pay Daniel Levy $1.50. He's gonna get his fucking ashes spread in the stadium, and then he's gonna be there forever, bro. We're never gonna beat Eric Dyer. He's inevitable. He's like fucking Thanos, bro. He got the fucking Infinity Stone. He's gonna be there forever.
If we spread his ashes in the stadium, we need to pay $1 billion for a new stadium. We need to move somewhere else.
Well, you do know the old stadium, and they moved it at the old centre on the old centre on the older. I can't even speak English now. What the fuck is going on? At the centre. Oh, for fuck's sake! Where did they kick off in the first half? I can't even say the word anymore. So where I can't even speak, mate. But Bill Nicholson's ashes are under there.
Yeah.
And for no way can you go and say, "Oh, hello there, this is Bill Nicholson, the greatest manager that we ever had, the builder beat these foundations. Here's Eric Dyer, who once climbed the stands at Tottenham to defend his brother and scored a free kick in the Euros."
Oh my goodness!
What a fucking dickhead! I honestly, he is a dickhead. He's a fucking donut.
The centre circle.
Fuck
Thank
him.
you.
You know what? If I was Levy, I would have terminated his contract there and then. No question. I would have terminated his contract. Get the fuck out of my club.
What are you thinking? Like, what are you thinking?
And
like, actually,
Marcelo, he's one of those ones on Spice, mate. He's on Spice. He's definitely
on fucking
Spice.
Spice, bro. I'm telling you, bro. He doesn't think the way he speaks to the media is basically how he plays football. He doesn't think it's rash and it's fucking stupid and it makes no sense. Like,
It makes
when
him
you
look
hear
worse.
when you hear it, you're just like, what the fuck? That's literally how he defends. When you see him defending, you're like, what the fuck was that? It's just like oh man, I just hate Eric Dyer so much. Like, I just hate, like, I've been wanting him out for like 5 fucking years. And
I am telling you, bro. That
I'm telling you, bro.
Now.
All right. Eric Dyer so much.
Cody, brother.
Come on, Cody. I love you, bro. Keep
Hold on,
your
Cody.
chin up.
Cody, wait.
Cody Mac did it. Cody Mac did it. Cody Mac did it.
All right, good night, Cody. Thanks for coming
Yeah.
on.
I'm gonna go as well, guys.
Bye bye, Cody.
I'm gonna go as
Good
well.
night.
I'm gonna go as well.
Bye-bye.
Same.
All right,
All right, take care, Danny.
Guys, everyone, I love you all.
Bye bye, Daddy. Speak to you later,
I'll
Daddy, brother.
talk to you probably
We'll
most of
speak
you tomorrow
during the
anyway.
week.
Yeah, we will.
That's what really bothers me.
Danny gives
Take
me the
it
vibes
easy.
of Jaguarist.
Yeah,
kind of.
Ryan, you look like you're about to fall out, my man.
Mate, I literally once I fit like I didn't sleep well last night. Then I did our live stream. Then I got too annoyed that I couldn't go on with Tottenham TV. Then me and Brian did our thing, and then I was like, I've got to go to bed. I can hardly stand. And then I've just been listening to you and the Irish Yid, and I was just like, do you know what? You're just trying to get me on, and I just kept responding. And I had to do my duty of care to Cody Mack. I am going to drop off shortly because I literally need to sleep.
But I'll say
so
this, Brian.
cool.
I want to trigger you one more time.
I
What do you
hate
think?
Levy
What
with
do
a
you
fucking
think?
passion.
What do you think of our new amazing Carabao Cup mug that is on the
So
Tottenham
freaking
Hotspur
cool.
store? Are you going to be getting one?
Please, please, and I'm really begging of you now. Please tell me this is a motherfucking wind up. I hate Levy with a fucking passion.
You can actually go in the store. We have the Carabao Cup final mugs. We actually do. Brian, you're muted, by the way. You're muted.
I don't honestly.
Thank you. Oh my god, that's
No, hold on.
Hold on,
A second. Can I just pull it up? Will, I'll pull it up.
Oh,
So
please
freaking
don't.
cool.
Please. Mate, is this becoming an actual?
Share
is
it, mate.
this
We all
becoming
have
an
to see it.
actual-
This is the embarrassment of who we are at the moment.
Is this becoming an actual segment of the show where you just try and wind me up?
Brian,
Yeah.
Brian,
I'll pull it up and share it. I'll
Brian,
put it
Brian.
on there.
No, I fucking hate Levy with a fucking
Brian
passion.
Jago. Brian, I wanna ask you a question. Brian, you hearing
Yep,
me?
go on. Yep. What's Marcelo's trying to give me a mental breakdown? What's the question?
So freaking cool.
Look, how great was Graham Hoddle? How great was Graham Hoddle? Did you watch him? Graham Hoddle.
I got to see
Yes,
the end
yes.
of him. I got to see the end of him. That guy was a superstar. That guy is a legend. I got to see Paul Gascoigne, who is my favourite player of all time. Period. Paul Gascoigne is the greatest player England have ever had, in my opinion. Glenn Hoddle was a magician. Paul Gascoigne was just a beast. But yeah, Hoddle, there's loads of stuff on YouTube. If you type in YouTube a touch of genius, Glenn Hoddle, you'll get to see like an hour and a half video just of Glenn Hoddle's best bits, and it's incredible. So he's definitely
I can
worth
see
watching.
Glenn is so sad every time talking about Spurs. I can feel him. I can see him.
He's incredible. Marcelo, have you got it?
I've got it right here, baby. I got
Oh,
it right
Jesus.
here. I'm just waiting for Will to pull it up.
I don't know if I'm going to headbutt my phone, smash a window.
How about this?
my
The
God.
great
I fucking hate Levy.
Carabao Cup
Do you know
finalist
what?
We're a
cup.
banter club, dude. We're
No,
a
no,
banter
listen,
club.
listen.
Banter
For $12, or I guess
That was
so
or
freaking
one
£19, right?
or one Jack Grealish.
For
Guys,
$12.
wait, guys! Don't you want to commemorate that awesome time that we beat Brentford in the semifinal?
Exactly.
That's what
When
really
you want to
bothers
drink your
me.
coffee out of something that reminds you of that great win.
Look at this. For $12, you can get a Carabao Cup finalist 2021. And you know what's even crazy?
embarrassing as it gets
You know
right
what's
there.
even crazy? There's actually 3 reviews on it, so that means 3 people.
I beg you.
Wait, what are they?
What a
are they?
mug!
You gotta pull
What
them
a
up.
mug I am for fucking
gotta pull
buying
them
this
up.
mug, basically. Oh my God!
Buy
embarrassing.
Buy to invest in your transfer budget? Are you serious right now?
I hate Levy with a fucking passion.
Horrifying.
Do you know what? Do you know what?
The
I'm like,
mug of all mugs. We
Marcelo,
should add to that.
So freaking cool.
Proper mug right there with
Will
that shit.
anything
Even
you guys
better.
say
Oh my
anything
God!
about
With the
this,
flag. Who's
How
got a
about
flag
getting-
like that?
how
What
about
the
getting our Carabao
fuck?
Cup finalist flag?
Who puts that in their shop?
Or
Pen.
a Carabao finalist keychain. How about that?
do you
Which
know
is the
what?
cheesiest keychain ever.
It's
you know what?
so embarrassing.
Do you know what? Do you know what?
What
This
the
just goes to
fuck?
show. This just goes to show exactly what I've been saying for so many years. And Marcelo, with a fucking passion. No, you need to put the other one on, the one where I really go for him. Will, if you're going to do it the one where I call him.
I think I deleted that one already.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear that again. It's too dangerous.
So what you need to know now, Marcelo? You've given me an idea because you said there's 3 reviews on that mug, yeah?
Yeah, yep.
Check in 24 hours. I think there may be a few more from me, with a few more
What
headlines.
are you going to say, Brian?
Brian, just make a fucking full-on statement about that. I want to see it.
What are you
Oh
gonna
mate,
say,
I
Brian?
should do. I'm not going to say anything, Will, because you're going to record it and then it'll be there for ages. What I will say is, I'm not going to say anything, Will, because you're going to record it. There you go. But yeah, check Tottenham's website tomorrow, Marcelo. Within 24 hours, there may be a 4th review on that mug.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Holy shit.
2021.
That's what really bothers me.
Ugh.
That is so embarrassing. So bad.
It's
Get this
microwave.
noise out of there.
Let me read the description. It's
Microwave.
microwave.
Marcelo, what are you trying to do?
Kickstart your day the right way.
It's made out of ceramic. It's a pretty quality mug, bro. You know what I mean? You don't want to wake up to a Carabao.
Is it dishwasher, Marcelo? Is it dishwasher proof? Is it dishwasher proof?
Yeah, dishwasher safe. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I'm
fantastic!
saying.
You know what the
amazing.
problem is though,
Guys,
is it looks like it was designed in PowerPoint. It's not even.
it's the perfect way to perfect the way to display your support for the team.
This is what this bastard does. We won 1 trophy in 20
Oh
years.
my
And we
God,
get to a
it's embarrassing.
final, and it's like, here you go, have a
So
mug.
freaking
What was the other
cool.
ones, Marcelo?
You're a fucking
A
mug.
flag?
There's a mug. There's a keychain. There's a whole.
A flag.
You know,
Like a banner.
yeah,
Pen.
there's a lanyard. There's a pen.
Did you do the
everything.
same thing during the Champions League final?
But the cup was the epic one.
Well, yeah, Champions League finals, everything for the finalist. It was cups,
goodness
boxers,
gracious
anything.
me.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to jump off my building or I need to seek medical attention. I literally
Come on.
what's the Brian?
What are you
Brian? What's
talking about?
what's
You don't want
the
the Carabao Cup finalist keychain?
what's the number for the Samaritans here? Because I need help.
I don't know, man, but Cam H. I'll get you the number for Cam H. That'll help.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him. They're gonna go, "What's your problem?" And I'm going, "I'm addicted to a fucking idiot." What's a fuck? Oh, no, I fucking hate Levy with a fucking passion. Oh, listen, mate. Listen, you've got to wait for Brian Ireland to bring out our Christmas #1 song for him.
Hold on, is there the 4-4 DVD still here?
We're making it. We're making it.
We're making it. I've come up with his theme tune, like if he was a wrestler, and I'm gonna make it a Christmas #1 with the help of Brian Ireland.
Yeah, I'm gonna produce it. That's what I do.
Yep. All funds are being donated to whatever manager we have to buy players.
Yeah. Hopefully it works out. I doubt it.
Yeah, and on that note, I'm going to go because Marcelo's going to. I can see him on his computer trying to find things.
Marcelo's buzzing over there.
A little stream. I can see it flying.
Oh, let me look at this shit. Let's see what I can find.
I'm off for a cigarette and then to bed.
Look, I'm trying to look for the 4-4 DVD where we drew with Arsenal 4-4. I still want to see if they're still selling that. You know what I mean? Like we gotta get that, bro.
Oh my god!
The final thing before I go is everyone check the Tottenham website for that mug in about 24 hours. Because if I can leave a review, I will leave a review, and I think you'll know what the review will say.
Right. Let's bring the review next week on the two Brians. We'll do it. We'll
okay.
Wait, there's Spurs alcohol? Hold on a second. This is what? There's Spurs Chardonnay? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they'll sell anything, mate.
Okay.
Whatever to hook you in.
Probably cheap wine.
Oh no! Actually, I might get this, lads. I think we all need this. Honestly,
Flask.
I think we all need a Spurs flask.
Yeah, just sneak that into the ground when they're trying to fucking milk you for fucking beers. Just be like,
nobody's written a review. That should be
I
like
got my
number
whiskey.
one.
I got my whiskey fucking situation here. Fuck off.
I think I need my safety Spurs flask, boys, when the times get tough.
I'm down with that.
I'm sober.
You know what?
I'm not drunk yet.
Oh, did you guys see Joe Lewis want to sell the team?
Yeah, we saw that. I saw that. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, he's been saying that all the time.
That's come up. That's come up like a bunch of times in the last 10 years.
20 years.
That's what really bothers me.
But the thing is, imagine when we don't win. Imagine the memes. It's just waiting. That memes, the Carabao Cup finalist memes. I can't wait.
Oh god.
I came on here to check on Cody, and now I think I need Cody to come back in to check on me.
I'll bring him back.
I know. I'm going. I am out.
That's what really bothers me.
Guys, I'll see you later. And if you want to play I will see you all later, mate. Have a great weekend, people.
You too,
Good
brother.
night, Brian.
See you later, Brian.
Listen, Brian, I love you, bro.
Passion.
I
love you, Brian.
Let's go through player ratings. Let's go through rate each player's performance.
0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah,
7,
I'm not gonna do that because it's just too depressing.
0.
I'm gonna join Brian and
I'm
gonna bounce too, fellas.
I think Hugo had a really good game, though. I'll say
Marcelo,
that.
I want to argue with you some more at some point.
Absolutely.
Will,
day.
Pleasure, mate. Your channel's dope. Check out Tottenham Away. Cheers, guys.
Yep.
All right, take
Everybody
care,
check
man.
out Tottenham Away. I'll give you guys a promo since you guys jumped off before doing it yourself. Everybody go check out Tottenham Away. They do great stuff here in North America. They do podcasts on the weekdays. They also do it on Friday nights with the Two Brian's show, as well as other shows during the week. You have Shai and Stelios who also do a show together. So make sure you check that out. It's good content. I've been on there several times. If you want to find it and you don't want to search or look too far, just click my channel page, and it's at the bottom in the other channels I've appeared on section at the very bottom.
Will, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man, and keep doing what you're doing. Cheers, guys.
So freaking cool.
Keep up the good work.
Have a good one.
Come on, love you, bro. Oh man.
Let me guys ask you a question. Okay, so from the beginning of the season, we were all happy with Sergio Reguilon, and we were looking at him as our next fullback for the next 5 years, right? And he has been taking a huge dip since, I'll say, like the last 5 games.
So would you add a review already?
Would you guys ever consider cashing in on him?
Yeah, I would. I'm not a fan of this guy. I swear.
I know.
Can we sell him? How's that work? Because of the buyback clause. Can we sell him, or do we have to wait until the buyback
No,
clause?
I'm telling you right now, man. Reguilon has
Real Madrid could
skill.
activate the clause.
Yeah, no. I'm with you. We shouldn't sell him. I'm just curious about this buyback.
And it's probably a good thing he's in the form he's in now because that means Real Madrid won't come in for him.
Exactly.
He's gonna be the left back of the future for sure. For sure. He's great.
I just think
He's like what, 23? 24?
Yeah, 23. 23, and he's the fastest player on our team.
I'm telling you, he's got skill. Nobody should be selling Regulon.
I think personally, I think Regulon is just going through a tough patch. I think
the whole team is.
It's
everybody's
the whole
playing for it
team,
right now.
and I think when he just needs time, and I think Mourinho also is not playing him properly. I think. Listen, the only players that are going to look good in this squad right now is Harry Kane and Sonny, and that's because Harry Kane and Son are out of this world good. They can score goals and they can make crazy things happen out of shit.
Harry Kane almost won us the game today, and we
Yeah.
should have lost.
Yeah. And Sonny had great runs today, but fucking Eric Lamela, that
doesn't know how to pass. Yeah.
dickhead fucking prick. If he had a fucking right fucking leg, I honestly swear, if he had a fucking right leg, we could have won the fucking game. I can't stand him.
I was
Honestly,
complaining about it earlier on the show, but it's insane that Mourinho moved Lucas to left wing back and Lamela to the 10, when Lamela should have been the left wing back and Lucas should have been the 10.
I'm telling you,
easily made that pass to Sonny.
I'm telling you, Dan the man, bro. Mourinho is in the same fucking dealer with Dyer. They have to be. That's why they're best friends.
Like there's one thing that pisses me off with Reguilon. Like if you compare him with Lucas Dean, like Lucas Dean is always like just running. And when you compare Reguilon, like he looks like he's just shy. Like he
Lucas
doesn't want to
Dean's
run.
the top 5 left back in the world.
Yeah, but if you like just compare him to Reguilon, like he's always on the
28.
Yeah, but like they're the same players if you compare.
No, the first half of the season, Regulon was absolute class, man.
Yeah,
I was
come on.
saying
He
he
was-
was
he
talking
was
top
up there.
2 left backs in the world.
I just want him like
He was doing
to
great.
be. I want him next to
After the injury,
Son.
he just got changed.
You can't throw out players just because they have a few weeks of bad form. I mean,
He just
even
needs
though
to
I
be
think
linking up
Horberg's been
with
playing
Sonny
bad,
again.
I'm not saying we should
We
sell
need
him.
to play.
I back
we
you
need
on
to
that,
play
Will.
wingers,
I back you on that.
and he needs to link up with Son.
Exactly.
He was
Yeah.
so good doing that.
He was out for like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
The thing is, why I think Mourinho has to go is that he has been here for 18 months and there seems to be no team cohesion. I'm sorry. I get the squad. Okay, I understand that this squad maybe is not top 4 worthy. Maybe there are better squads than us at the top 4, but this squad is not one of the 20th place in the opposition half. Is not one of the 20th place in the opposition third, and is not the 15th place in the opposition's box. Those are our stats so far this season, attacking wise. We're literally one of the worst attacking teams in the league. I'm telling you, that is bullshit. That is Mourinho not utilizing this
It's
team
gonna
enough.
get even worse. It's
Marcelo,
gonna get even worse.
Marcelo, did you see the heat map of today? Like, there's no
Yeah.
one inside the box. Like,
No
if
one.
you look at the heat map, like even Harry Kane, like he wasn't in the box. He was always on the left hand side.
Yeah, I was saying it. There's no one to cross to. There's no one to go. There's no running. The thing is, you watch Brighton, you watch Fulham, you watch Leeds, you watch all these other teams. You see them like even look at Everton. This is depleted Everton side, bro. They Shane, what is his name? Shane Coleman or whatever his fucking name is. That
Shane-
retired.
yeah,
Yeah,
Coleman.
that guy is retired, practically retired, bro. But you saw him. He was passing the ball, moving, passing the ball, going. You know, you see
Yeah.
players passing the ball, going. It's like Will said. What you do off the ball is almost just as important what you do with the ball. And
That's what really bothers me.
Yeah. Yeah, and with Spurs, oh, I
I
thought it was
always think that
Cody
he's
for a
here when I
second.
hear
I
that
thought
voice,
that
man.
was Cody for a second. And the thing is,
It is Cody.
yeah, no, but I thought Cody actually just joined the stream for a second. But like, bro, like he just when we pass the ball, there's no movement, there's no interchange, there's no tactic to
I think
bring these
Jose
players
Mourinho
down.
has fully lost the plot. He's fully lost. He has no
Even-
idea what to do now.
And
at this
Marcelo,
point.
And even
Marcelo, what kind of a press is that? I'm just so confused. What kind of a press is that?
What
Yeah,
press? You mean
there's no
Son running
press.
around by himself, going from player to player to player to player to
Even-
player while everyone else just stood there and watched him?
even
It's
when
too
you
defensive.
even when you saw like Toby like doing some long balls, like if you compare like the midfield and our midfield and attacking players, like you only saw Kane and Son just running around, and you see Tom Davis and like James like all over them. Like there's nothing in front.
But the
No one's-
Godfather has a request. So before he goes to bed, what is
Listen,
our favorite
David,
piece?
my favorite piece of Carabao Cup final merch has got to be the mug, because every morning when I wake up, I want to pour my coffee into that and think about this amazing cup run where we that great game where we beat the championship powerhouse Brentford, and who could
Can't
forget
forget
that
Stoke.
game that we didn't play against Leighton Orient? I mean, what
Can't
a
forget
run!
Stoke. That
So
beautiful Ben Davies goal.
I want to think about that every single
stunner?
morning. Yeah.
No,
Legendary.
That's cool. Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
that
and then when we-
amazing Jetson
You can just
Fernandez
focus on every
performance
game,
against
every
Chelsea.
game.
Who could forget?
Yeah, or when we knocked out Chelsea and the penalties, Mason
What's your
Mount hit the
favorite
post.
merch? Is what he asks. Which one? The pen, the
No,
flag,
it's the
mug.
Obviously,
mug, 'cause
Carabao
I
Cup.
want to be reminded of it every morning when I
Mine,
my coffee.
mine is the
Carabao Cup
lanyard, so I can
finalist
hang
cup.
myself.
Oh man,
That's
such
my
a
favorite
joke.
piece of merch, David.
Mine
watch,
was
you gotta
probably the
comment on that one.
keychain. Mine's
Will, I
probably
think
the
you should
keychain.
buy it and leave a review on them. Let them know what you used it for.
This is perfect, but the clasp is too weak. It doesn't hold a 200-pound, 6'5" body.
You need bolts to get it into the ceiling.
No, the clasp is too weak.
Oh man, they were all shit.
No, I fucking hate Levy with a fucking passion.
Can I ask you guys a question? Do you
Yeah,
think
go ahead.
Do you think Jose would you have Jose stay if that's what's keeping Harry Kane at the club? If that's the only thing keeping him there?
No,
Of course.
no.
No.
Unfortunately, in my opinion, even though Harry Kane is a fantastic, don't get me wrong, Harry Kane is a fantastic player, but even if you have the best player in the world, if you don't have a team, it doesn't fucking matter. You're not going to
Dan,
go
you have to
anywhere.
clarify. Does Daniel Levy use 100% of Kane's transfer money back into the team, or does he keep it for himself?
I'm
Put
gonna
it in the statement.
say he does, because he used all the Gareth Bale money, but he probably spends it not
Oh
great.
my God!
Right?
Are you
So, like,
saying that he's gonna sell like a Stella Artois and buy a 6-pack of Natty Ice?
no, he's gonna sell a Stella Artois and buy a 30 rack of Natty Ice.
Honestly, I disagree. Like, the thing is, I agree with Brian, where it's coming to a stage where eventually we're gonna like the Son and Kane era. We're gonna have to accept that it's gonna be over, guys. Like, I know it's tough,
Yeah,
but
it's
like,
gonna
I
be
just
over.
think the fans will go insane if we sell Kane and don't get some kind of good return. Like,
yeah, I think we will. I
It'll be
agree with
riots,
Dan.
man. He's the most Tottenham player there is.
But like he still has many years left. Like it's not right now you have to sell him.
He's 28 though. You know what I mean? Like, his market value.
But he
Like,
still
the
has
thing
3
is,
years. He still
No,
has
we gotta let him go.
Yeah,
We
the
gotta
thing
let him
is,
go.
with the thing, like, look, I know it looks like the end of the world, but we sold Dale. Everybody thought that was going to be the end of the world. We gone through. You know what I mean? There's always going to be the next era. There's always going to be the next player that's going to stand up. It's going to be tough. We could go through a dark age, or if we spend the Kane money properly, we could actually see a proper team, and we actually can grow something from it.
Well, like
I think if you spend all the
with
Kane
a proper
money
manager.
right, if you spend $150 million right, you can replace Kane and more. I think
But, like,
you can
if
get
not-
more attacking output with $150 million spent right on 2 or 3 players.
if we
Well,
had
we
like
can't do. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, D-Trex.
no, I was saying like if we had Luis Campos, then I would say yes. I don't mind selling Kane, but we don't have him. We don't have
Yeah.
a proper like director of football, so I don't trust anyone.
Honestly, I would. The thing is, we have to get rid of Mourinho because he's just clueless, man. He doesn't know. Like, I'm telling you, this guy's a fucking dinosaur, bro. Steve Bruce
Yeah.
has better attacking tactics than fucking Jose Mourinho.
This guy was just sitting on the chair the whole game. That shit was pissing me off, man.
Yeah.
He was just laying there like this.
When Steve Bruce is producing better attacking stats with a fucking shite Newcastle team, bro. I'm talking about dog shit, dude. That Newcastle team is dog water, bro. And when he's producing better attacking stats Steve Bruce, that's when you know you need to get out of the club. That's when you know, like, this guy's got to go pronto right now. Please, see you later. Goodbye, dinosaur. Pass your time. Go live your glories. Go wank off to your old photos of you winning the Champions League. Don't give a fuck no more.
Exactly.
Goodbye. I don't care.
We don't need you.
We don't need him. No, we can move on.
Listen, I think if we need to sell Son or Kane, we need to do swap deals because we can't trust our board to spend the money on players. So if we give Kane to Man City, we need to get Phil Foden back and take way less money.
No.
You know?
Honestly, no way they're giving away.
No. Honestly,
no way they're giving Phil Foden.
They might give like Ruben Diaz. You never know.
Right, but like that's what that sort of deal. Like, you need to get a great player back instead of money because our board won't spend the money on a great player. So you need to do a swap deal and less money, right?
So freaking cool.
Look.
Listen,
I don't know about Kane, but with Son, I think it's gonna be a swap deal. To be honest,
I think with Kane, what would make sense is if we do sell Kane, which will eventually happen. That you know that era is gonna die. It's getting close to its end. I already see it. When we do, I think what Spurs, they will be fucking, like, Levy would be a fucking moron if he doesn't use that money to try to get Holland with his release clause. He would have to be
Daniel Levy is
though.
And did
man? That's why I'm saying we gotta
Holland
go.
doesn't have a release clause.
Player swap and then buy Danny Ings because that's all we're
he
going
has
to
a $60 million release clause.
No, it's next summer.
No, but fucking, we can hold Kane. We can hold Kane for one summer and then just sell him the next summer.
But yeah, but like we have a small problem.
Us.
I saw some reports like Haaland is demanding like £1 million a week wages.
Yeah.
And you know Levy's never gonna spend that. He won't spend
£1 million a week. He's not Messi.
No, he's not.
Like he's asking that.
He can go get stuff. He's like 20 years old.
No, he's not.
He's playing for Dortmund.
Mate, no club is ever going to give him £1 million. There's
got
no
knocked out of the
club in
Champions
the
League by
world.
City.
I don't even think Messi gets paid that much. I think he gets what?
No,
800?
No, it's like £2 million a week, dude.
But like
Messi gets like 700 a week.
£2 million a week.
Yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah. With bonuses. Yeah.
What about Mbappe? Mbappe doesn't even get like.
No, Messi has like some crazy. Yeah, that's why it was secret, but it got leaked.
It's like 700K.
He has a lot of
which is still absurd.
It's $700K a week, but he's already done what was required to tack the bonuses on top of that, which are also weekly.
How much does Mbappe get a week?
600.
Yeah,
Listen,
you see,
Messi's
like I can
worth it.
understand. I can understand that. I can understand the 600, but like Jesus, like $1 million? No.
Yeah, that's
Even
what the
600
reports
would be
say.
he'll be pushing it.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
Bale
he's
was
never
looking for.
going to get that million. He's just really just putting his $1 million. So
Even
then
Bale
can
didn't get the
negotiate.
$600K a week until after several successful seasons at Real Madrid. It's not like Bale got that money from
After he won a Champions League, yeah.
It's not like he got that straight out of Tottenham.
Yeah.
We can also, you know, look, we can. The thing is, we can also use that Kane money. We don't necessarily have to replace some striker to striker. We could get, you know, like a super world class midfielder that can also, you know, change our game. I mean, I think that'll be tough to find who, but you know, City is involved. So I remember, I think Sushant said Kevin De Bruyne. You know, you never know.
He's old.
That didn't work.
29. He's 29 years old. He's like 29, 30. It's almost the same age as Kane.
No, if you let go of Harry Kane, you have to use that money to buy like two top center back and just stabilize the back.
No, you
And
have
just get like a.
you have to use whatever money from players that we get out this summer to do that. But if you sell Harry Kane, you got to use his money to replace his goals and assists. You got to go get.
Who are you going to get as a striker?
No one. Get some quality
You
attack.
can't get
What about
Erling
right back
Haaland.
as well, guys?
You're not gonna-
What about right back as well?
Dude, I'm not
We need
worried about
back
right
too.
back right now.
No.
Marcelo,
That's the least of our
boy
worries.
Emerson.
Who?
I'm
right
more worried
back?
about right wing than I am right
Yeah.
back.
That's I saw an article.
Mate, like I always said it, Emerson at Tottenham would be an absolute steal. He would be cheap, and he's a prospect. He's fantastic at Real
20 million.
Betis. Yeah, he's
Yeah, exactly. 20
fantastic at
million.
Real Betis. Barcelona, you know, they're currently like I think they're loaning him out, but they're looking to sell him because they want to create funds.
They own
Because
50. They own 50%.
Yeah.
Of the player.
So I think honestly, I don't even know why we didn't just fucking loan him. You know, if we just loaned him this season, Barcelona were looking out to loan him, but we've never even jumped the gun. We should have just asked for the loan and just have him this season. You know, same thing with Militao. I was like,
nah, man, we wanted a right wing back who's a Gooner fan instead.
Fucking, it's unbelievable how stupid.
We need to sell Son, and we don't need to buy anyone else because we have Eric Lamela.
I'll say this. If we do sell Kane, and we get like a Jack Grealish, right? Just hear me out. We get a Jack Grealish. We then get, you know, I don't know, like we get like.
I will. I'll fight you, Marcelo.
Oh my god.
I'll fight you if you get Jack Grealish to take my spot like you did, son.
No, but like.
Run around with my 1 foot. I won't pass to Jack Grealish either.
But like, if we can look, we can get a Jack Grealish.
That's actually smart, yeah.
And then we get, I don't know, like a good striker. You know what I mean? Like I think a Jack Grealish and like who would you say is like, okay, I'm not saying like a Harry Kane level striker, but a very good striker.
The Salzburg striker is really good.
Paulson? Nah, he's not that good.
Yeah, he is. Trust me. He is.
Patson
Oh, you mean Daka?
Daka.
Very cringe.
I don't know. I don't know if we would trust that. You know what I mean? I would kind of want like a Premier League proven striker.
You want Danny Ings?
No, not Danny Ings.
We need that. Danny Ings is not that bad, but listen,
I want
probably
Calvert-Lewin.
get like
I want Calvert-Lewin. He's quality.
maybe like
honestly.
Yeah, Calvert-Lewin is good.
If we actually sell Kane, go get Calvert-Lewin and Paulo Dybala, and that replaces his goals and assists.
But he sucks one-on-one.
I don't trust Paulo Dybala. I don't trust his health anymore.
Yeah,
I feel like he's going downhill. He's like,
what about Martinez? What about Martinez from Inter?
Yeah. I love him as well.
I don't know, like the thing is, if we sell Kane, we don't need to necessarily. Like the thing is, right now, right? We lack, we have 2 very amazing players, but we lack a team. So if we sell Kane, we're never gonna replace him striker for striker, right? But what we can do is we can get, like you said, Abdul, we can get at least 2 to 3 really top class players, and if we have 2 or 3, then we'll have, you know, if we still have Son, we will have 4 top class players. You know, then we have Endo we have Højbjerg. Then we start having a team that we can work around, and then, you know, if we sell Son, we can get a defender. You know, like it just what we need is we just need a good team, man. Right now, we just need a fucking absolute we just lacking a team right now. But I will say this, I don't think this is as bad as you guys think. I think we're just missing literally 2 to 3 world-class players, and we're back, baby. I think
agree with you.
if we get 2 or 3 world-class players and we keep Son and Kane, we're back.
Agree.
We're back. But the issue is Mourinho is making this team look far worse than it is. He is making this team look far worse than it is.
The thing about Mourinho is, his attacking tactics are so bad that, again, he's making our attacking players look so bad. And it's like every single game, it seems like their market value is sort of dropping. I mean, you get an attacking manager like a Gasperini or Bielsa, and then you can make Bergwijn look so much better. Like imagine right now if the transfer window started right now, and our attacking players, Bergwijn, Lamela, Lucas Moura, how much money would you get from these guys? You know, you wouldn't get much for these players. So it's like, again, Mourinho is taking his team in a terrible path right now.
He's taking the piss.
Yeah, bro. Like, no, he's finished, bro. Like, you can't.
with a fucking passion.
Like, you
I
can't.
agree
You
with Marcelo now.
like you can't look at these performances like people still say, like people like to say, oh, but like Pochettino is almost in the same place as Mourinho, but I'm like, well, you got to put it into
I'm gonna have
context.
to back Marcelo.
The difference is when I watch these performances, it's just hard. It's just hard to watch these games with Mourinho because there's no game plan. There's no strategy. It's so we lack fluidity. We lack the ability to pass, and it's just like it's basically like Son and Kane basically just saving our ass over and over again. Well, with Pochettino, I saw. Like I said, I saw the style, I saw the vision, I saw the game plan. He knew who his players were. He rid out the toxic players. I don't know if any of you guys, watched some of my older stuff when I was in We Are Tottenham TV when I first started. The first thing I said at the beginning of the season is that Mourinho cannot play the fucking Deadwood. If he plays the Deadwood, it's going to cost him his job. Even if it means that he has to play the youngsters and the academy players, he absolutely cannot play the Deadwood. And then when he started playing the Deadwood, he started freezing out the main players, the core players that he could trust, and then he lost everyone.
I agree. And
I agree with
Scott, how long are we planning to go? We got about 15 minutes left. Somebody jumped out.
Listen, Mourinho out wouldn't even be a question if he just played Toby all season. If he just played Toby all season, we'd be a top 4 team easily.
The thing is, Dan, I don't know if it would be a top 4 team, but the thing is,
I think that saves us. I think that saves us 6 to 9 points in the table easily. Playing Toby over Sanchez or Dyer in some of those games where they just had shocking performances.
Or what about Rodon? I mean, how long have I been calling out for Rodon to give a fucking chance? I've been literally calling it since the beginning of the season.
That's fair too. To be fair though, he's young, and even though he's great, I really rate him. He's young and unproven. So it's at the beginning of the season. I think it's tough to say we need to be starting Rodon every game when we didn't necessarily know yet that. Listen, we know Dyer's awful, but we didn't know Sanchez was as bad as he is, and we thought maybe Dyer wouldn't just fall over in the box every time that anything happens around him, right?
But the thing is, Dan, he should know that. The thing is, we don't know that, but he should know that. He's the one that sees shit in the training ground. So how come me, as a person that's not on the training ground, not watching any of that,
it's there for everyone to see.
Can say in the beginning of the season, say that Rodon is better than Dyer and Sanchez, and then be right. Like, how can I be right and Jose Mourinho, who's in a training, camp, not see what I fucking saw? Like this is ridiculous, man. Like, you can't play a guy that costs you games.
In fairness, here's how I think Mourinho went about it. Right, so he likes Dyer because he's got a hard on for him for no reason at all, and he's gonna roll with him for a while. And then he was playing Sanchez, and Sanchez had an absolutely awful start to the season, and then he benched him for a while, and then Toby and it took him too long to realize Dyer was bad. But I think he did a decent job of benching Sanchez when he started playing poorly and integrating Rodon. Too late, but he still got him into the team, enough for a youngster. It's just his lack of playing Toby. I'm so adamant about this. I think we could easily be top 4 if Toby had played 30 Premier League games this season.
Well, what I was arguing, Dan, I said play Toby, but play Rodon, because the issue is Sanchez and Dyer are part of that weak, soft underbelly. We all knew this. You can ask Abdul, you can ask D-Trex, you can ask Will Stewart, you can ask Sunshine. Everybody knows who is part of the weak underbelly at Spurs.
No, 100%. I'm saying
you need to play a kid like Rodon, where you can have your influence on them. That's what Pochettino did in his first season. He played players that he know he could have an influence on.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair. I'm just saying.
So we've got Wakefield here. I'm not quite sure what club he supports. It's quite obvious from the comments that he doesn't support it. But thank you for watching the show, Wakefield Karst. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also like this video, because
the ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
Listen, Marcelo, what I'm saying though is I don't think we knew that Sanchez had that weak underbelly at the start of the season because he looked really good when he played with Vertonghen previously, right? We thought he was a decent young defender. We knew Dyer was shit, but we also knew Jose was going to play him because he speaks Portuguese. So like there not much you can do about. I agree with you though. We should have been giving Rodon more time as soon as we saw that our defense was literally at the bottom of the league.
I want to hear from D-Trex and Abdul because I think they have something to say.
Yeah. Hop in.
Because in my opinion, like I feel like Mourinho values more like work ethic and like mentality, and I don't agree with that. I value more like talent than mentality, and that's why we're lacking at the back. He values Dyer just for like he thinks he's a leader. In my opinion, he's a horse of shit. Like if we played,
you know what the problem is, right?
Yeah.
You know what the problem is?
We need that man smell.
We don't have any.
None. We have none, man.
No man
Like
smell.
imagine tonight we played Tangaga, Rodon, and Alderweireld. Who said we will lose?
This back three doesn't work.
But it might work. But not with Dyer.
Yeah, but like,
I actually like us
what's
in the back.
What's
I
the
like
point of constantly
Mourinho
changing
playing
these
back.
formations? 1 week you're going from a 4, and next week you're going from
I
a
know.
3.
Exactly.
At this point, you gotta
Exactly,
find
exactly.
your right 11
Look,
that you're gonna. In
The
the finals.
the starting
Proper
lineup,
starting 11.
the starting 11, if you would have allowed Reguilon and Aurier
Exactly.
to actually get forward, wouldn't have been a bad deal. The
Exactly.
problem is they didn't.
Dyer.
No, it's not even Dyer. The problem is that Reguilon and Aurier didn't really push forward. Reguilon did sometimes, but how many times did you see Aurier near the corner flag on his side of the pitch?
But whose
Once,
problem?
twice?
But whose problem is that? Is it Mourinho or is
The
it
only
Daniel?
time I saw him there was when he let Sigurdsson streak all the way down for that penalty. That's the only time he was all the way down at the corner flag is when Everton was counterattacking.
That's what I'm saying is we can't know. We can't know if you're an attacking minded fullback, right? Obviously, Aurier and Reguilon, their native instinct is to go forward. If they're not doing that, it's because they've been told not to.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, it's true.
I
It's
think
100% true.
I
Like
think
we
Lucas
played.
Lucas Digne was definitely pinning him back.
No, I feel.
Lucas Digne was putting it on him. He was attacking
Trust.
the side every single time and forcing him to.
Thank you, mate. We appreciate it. Thank
Thank
for
you,
watching.
Wakefield Cars.
Even though you're a Liverpool fan, a lot of my best friends are Liverpool fans. I don't hate Liverpool as much as I hate other people. But
Liverpool's my favorite other traditional Big Six club.
out of the top 6, yes. They're definitely not my top 3, but out of the top 6, yes.
No,
I
hate
hate
Liverpool.
them. I hate them all equally.
I exactly.
Except
come
for
on now.
Arsenal.
You
I
hate
hate
Chelsea
Arsenal.
and Arsenal
I hate
worse than you
Arsenal the
do.
most.
I hate Chelsea
I
and
hate Arsenal.
Arsenal.
I hate Man City.
more.
I hate Chelsea. I hate
For
Manchester
me,
United.
it's
I hate.
Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, Man City, then Liverpool.
No, me it's
Oh,
me
no.
Chelsea. For me, Chelsea is
Liverpool
worse.
and Man
I hate
City
Chelsea.
swaps for me.
Yeah.
I have better memories against Man City than I do against Liverpool, so Liverpool can go fuck itself. But
Exactly, Marcelo.
Nah,
But,
I have classic Man City friends, so I hate Man City.
the thing is, like,
Scott M says we're just talking crazy now. We're just talking crazy. We've lost our minds.
my issue also I'm noticing is that this team is also almost afraid of playing any expansive, creative football. It's just so
Yeah, exactly.
pragmatic. Like, like you can't tell me Reguilon doesn't know how to dribble a ball or, doesn't know how to be like, a guy that plays free flowing. I mean, you look at
He
him
had
at
an amazing
Seville.
dribble today.
Yeah. If you look at him in Seville, he did it all the time. You can't tell me Endon Baller can't pick up a ball and dribble and just play freely. You can't tell me fucking Lo Celso can't do that. You can't tell me Sonny can't do it. You can't tell me these other players can't do that because we've seen them do it at other clubs. But the reason they're not
Exactly.
doing it is because Jose is pragmatic, and if you make a mistake, like for example, he took off Delhi because Delhi tried to make a dribble and he lost the ball. Remember that? I think it was against Stoke. He took Delhi off because of that. Delhi was actually having a good. It was Stoke. He was actually having a good game, but because he did that and annoyed Mourinho, he took him off. But he didn't take off like fucking Doherty or Davies, who literally ball washed as we conceded a goal, which is inexcusable.
He told Doherty was impeccable.
I think his approach on Dele Ali, like he just said, like, oh, everyone was crying to play Ali. Look at him, what he's doing. Like he's being a clown on the field. So that's what you get.
But the thing is, like, if you're gonna how can you take off a defender for literally just losing the ball by trying to dribble like a player? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's ridiculous. And that, like, no. Like,
no, I don't want Allegri. Hell no, I don't want no defensive, pragmatic manager, man. At this point, just give me a manager that's going to play attacking football. I want to feel entertained when I'm watching the games now at this point.
So then Nuno is a no for you guys as well.
No. Fuck Nuno's. Fuck that like boring ass fucking 9-man behind the ball. Listen, Brian Ten Hag would be good. Nagelsmann would be good. Bielsa would be my favorite choice. I just want that feeling again, man. I just want to be Tottenham again. You know what I mean? I want
that Everton backline was not even good. Every single time we attacked that backline, they were looking shaky.
We had two strikers, and no one like pressed them. We had two strikers.
The thing is also, Abdul, is that I was and now and not just Abdul, but all you guys. I will ask this. I know with the Pochettino era, we say, yeah, we didn't win any trophy at the end. But honestly, fuck it, dude. I love that. I love that era, dude. At the end of the day, when we talk about the Pochettino era, remember how like every time we talk about Pochettino, it was, good feelings. Yeah, there was bad moments, but it's usually just good feelings, good vibes. There was just a good overall like I just want that back. I want to wake up, I want to watch Tottenham play. I don't want to just wait 90 minutes and wait for the result. I want to actually like be entertained. I want my time to be like honestly, that whole Everton game, like David and everybody was cheering the second goal. I think Will didn't. Yeah, like I was just like like this, like who cares, dude? It was just like it was a bullshit goal.
You knew we weren't going to get the third anyway.
Yeah, but it's also a bullshit goal where it takes a deflection off of a player and then Kane just slots it in. It's just like there was no build up, there was no beautiful football behind it. It was just a piece of luck, and we got the goal. It's just I'm just sick of it, man. I wanna see us be a team again. I wanna I understand trophies are important. I want to win trophies, but at the end of the day, bro, if it's like and you know what, Jose Spurs, you say entertaining footy doesn't give you football unless you're City, Chelsea with 100 million spent. That's actually not true, because Liverpool didn't spend hundreds of millions. They actually had one of the lowest net spend. And they played beautiful football, and they actually won trophies. Actually, Arsenal, who play better football than us, won trophies. Like they won an FA Cup. You know what I mean? Like, so there's actually a lot of clubs, like you can win trophies by playing beautiful football. In fact, we were closer winning the bigger trophies by playing beautiful football under Poch than playing pragmatic football under Mourinho and AVB. So that's actually false. That's actually bullshit.
All right, so like basically to top it all off, list me like the priority positions that you need to buy for. Like, what's the most important position to?
Center back.
Both center backs or one?
All day.
Two center backs.
Two center backs.
Two.
So you don't think Joe
two center
Rodan
backs is
or
preferred.
Kobe
One center backs is essential.
No, two.
Yeah.
One center
who's
back.
gonna play right wing next
Need at
season?
least one.
Right, unless Nuno is going to come in and we're going to play in a 3-4-3, 3-5-2 every week.
Because if you bring on Nagelsmann, he's going to play three at the back.
Yeah.
We don't even have one center back.
Are you telling me you don't want Nuno? You don't want Nuno?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want him.
That's good. I think we
I
need
would take Eddie Howe, to be honest.
No, I would not take Eddie out.
No.
No.
I don't want to be Bournemouth. No thanks.
Yeah, no. Eddie Howe can play some nice football,
Just
but
kidding, guys. Just kidding.
honestly, I heard Potter was a word, and I was like, I mean, he wouldn't be my top 10 choice, but I was like, imagine Potter with like an actual
football.
Yeah, imagine Potter with an actual striker like Harry Kane. The guy might be invincible, honestly. He creates so many chances with Brighton, and this is like if you just had a striker, you'd probably be like a
I don't
top
think it's the
5
right
club.
time. I don't think Graham Potter should be managing a player like Harry Kane. He's not at that moment yet. I think like you got to be worthy enough to have such a huge.
But could you
asset.
imagine the memes though? Like if there's a picture of Harry and Potter together.
No, that'd be
Yeah,
funny.
it's like, come on now. It's like, what are we doing? You know what I mean?
Like no, my
Could you imagine the
choice,
banter though?
My personal choice is Bielsa though. I want Bielsa at the club. I think he could be the guy that stables the shit.
Is it possible to get him?
So
Is
freaking
it possible
cool.
to get him, Marcelo?
It is because he said that he's not signing a new contract with Leeds. So he's not signing a new contract. Yeah.
If we don't get Bielsa, who's your second choice?
Gasparini. I'm still with
Atalanta's
Gasparini.
coach.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Mine would be Bielsa, Ten Hag, and then Nagelsmann.
Okay.
Gasparini is a good shout though, Abdul. That's actually
Two-time
like
coach of the year though. Like you can't
he's
get better than that.
He's a good shout. No, I would like him too. Like honestly, I would like all those choices. I just don't want pragmatic bullshit football.
And thoughts on the ex-Bayern coach before Flick?
Where'd it go?
Niko Kovac.
Yeah.
Niko Kovac.
No.
He's at Monaco.
Yeah, Monaco.
He's at Monaco.
Yeah, he's at Monaco.
I would take.
He was good.
I would
He was
take.
good.
Guys, I would take Eintracht Frankfurt coach as well. He's good too.
Not my ears, Will.
I would normally let this continue on.
Oh,
Right, you know me. I would normally let this continue on until 2:00 in the morning. But I have been streaming for like 8 hours and I'm getting loopy.
Yeah, me too.
Right. From 1:00 to now. It's 12 hours with a minimal break in between.
It's late.
Yeah,
I gotta
it's
call.
late.
I gotta call it on that. I love you guys, and I'd let this go. But
Marcelo honor.
yeah, we got Marcelo.
Big
Get
up,
Marcelo on Twitter.
Big up,
Abdul,
Marcelo.
you've got a Twitter.
Yeah. What was it? It was
You forgot.
Forgot it. Fuck it. I don't know. I forgot.
Marcelo, what's your Twitter account? Marcelo, what's your Twitter account?
It's
Gangsta25.
to Gangsta 25.
That's a great
Okay,
one.
I'm gonna follow you.
Like Tanganga,
And
but
Abdul's-
Tangangsta.
Yeah.
And
What's my
Abdul's-
Twitter again? I'm barely on it, man. Let me quickly find this.
Jose's. No, you gotta get out of here with that Frank Lampard. stuff with
If you
Bill Cosby.
follow
Get
me
outta
on
here.
Twitter, I do kind of like to troll, but
Do you have
yeah, no.
Instagram or no?
He's gonna
No,
troll
I haven't.
you.
No, I
Uh,
fucking hate Levy with a fucking passion.
I don't use my Instagram as much. I only use Twitter for like
I've already
football.
followed Will.
Yeah, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to follow me because I don't do my Instagram, dude. On Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter. Instagram, it's like the Redbeard Bastard. I don't even use it. Right, like the only people that follow me on that my account are my mom.
On Twitter.
On Twitter, yep. Let's get on Twitter. I really only repost like stuff, make announcements, but it's because I'm lazy, dude. I don't like social media unless I have to do it. Right. So, if people tag me and stuff, I'll like, retweet. You know, I'll do stuff every now and again if it gets on my nerves and stuff like that. But anyway, I want to thank all the people in the chat in the chat. Thank you, people in the chat. In the chat. Thank you, people in the chat. Like this stream has stayed over 40 the entire time. Like literally from the first 5 minutes until now.
Yeah.
That's like 3 hours. You guys are absolute legends. We love all your comments. I know that I don't get to as many comments in this stream as I do on my normal streams, but we love you anyway. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the support. I do weekly Q&A streams where it's 100% comments. It's me, the comment page, and the people in the chat. That's it. Make sure you check those videos out. They usually run, afternoon American time between 1 and 3. Check those streams out. We will be streaming. Look, this next group of days is going to be a busy week. We've got Southampton on Wednesday night, right?
Yeah.
So we'll be doing the pre-match show on Tuesday night, post-match show on Wednesday, and then we've got the Caribou Cup final on Sunday.
And you promised you're gonna go 8-hour stream if we win the.
If we win, I will do an 8-hour stream. I'm not going to do an 8-hour stream if we lost. 8 hours of misery. Does anybody want that? I mean, seriously.
No. If we lose, we don't.
If we win, though, we'll be going from 10 p.m. Eastern time all the way until 6 a.m. Eastern time, 3 a.m. England time to like 11 p.m. We've got people. Brian Daigle's already committed to staying on the full 8 hours with me. He's an absolute monster. I'm not going to hold them to this, but Ben from We Are Tottenham TV said that he would join the stream at some point in time, or he would try. The Irish Hotspur will join. I'm sure Marcelo will get on for an hour here or there. I know he has to work the next day, but
yeah, I do.
A lot of other people said that they're going to jump on too, especially in the morning hours. Slow hours are probably going to be from about this time right now, until it's 6 a.m. in England right now, probably till about 8. So from the next 2 hours, so from the 1 a.m. Eastern time to 3 a.m. Eastern time, may be a little slow, but we've got Brian Daigle on here, and he's going to run it. So even me and him did that as well. Also, too, if you didn't check the Matty Hayes watching along today, especially the pre-show, make sure you go check that out. That was a great show. We had an Avengers cast today for the entire stream. It was me and Spurs Zone TV and Bob Spur and Jank over from Spurs Web. Tottenham away from Brian Daigle. We had Marcelo, the Irish Hotspur. Who else did we have? We had everybody, dude. We had Fenn over there. We had all kinds of people, man. That was a good stream.
Hooligrams or something like that.
Hooligram.
Yeah.
Hooli. This isn't that show. What's that called? What's that show called? On HBO? Social Network or something like that? I don't know. That's a funny show. Dude, we're all about to pass out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just go. I'm not even gonna kick you guys out. Thank you guys in the Fang, you're in. Will, you should schedule for the stream in the about section. You should have schedule for stream in the about section.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
I can add. I will put in the about section. I will put the schedule. If you guys want to jump off. Otherwise, I'm just gonna
have a good one, guys. I'm gonna go.
Take care. I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah.
Peace
Bounce if you want to bounce.
Bye-bye,
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
A therapy session.
For sure, Dan. Thanks for coming on. Thank you, everyone, for coming on. The Chemist. I will add some information. What we do is we always go pre, post, and in midweek. But since there's a mid-game midweek, we don't do midweek this year or this week. I'll try to do at least one Q&A show. If you guys can tell, my voice is gone. Anyway, I feel better after that 2-2 draw, after the therapy of the THFC rant show. It's good therapy. Yeah, we do need a lot of players. Anyway, folks, still 35 of you hanging on with me till the end. Stay strong. Stay Spurs. We'll see you next time. I'm going to roll that outro. Go to sleep. Have a great night.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go now.